Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. I'm your host, Torian Meacham, and I think this is still Cognac Stories. We were gone for a minute, and now we are back. Got a lot to talk about, and we'll get you all caught up once we get started. Welcome to Cognac Stories. Bask in the glory. Every other weekend there's a cognac story. Before we give a toast, better make sure they pour me another glass and put it in the air for the time that passed. I said bask in the glory. Every other weekend there's a cognac story. Before we give a toast, better make sure they pour me another glass and put it in the air for the time that passed. Welcome back. Holy crap. I'm trying not to curse in the first 10 minutes. I'm still your host, Torian Meacham. I am joined by my biological sister, Sadira Meacham. How have you been? How have you been? It's been almost 2 months, maybe. Almost 2 months,
Yeah,
maybe 3 months.
it ain't been
Might have
that
been,
long.
yeah. It
It
feels like a
hasn't
little
been
bit
that long.
longer. Feels like it's been a little bit longer. How you been since the break?
Pretty good, living life, enjoying the kid-free summer. So
A
yeah.
kid-free summer. So besides we'll get into the kid-free summer. Besides that, what's new in the zoo? For obvious reasons, those of you who are listening to the audio podcast, uh, you no longer have your locks. You have cut your hair.
Yeah, well, okay. I have locks. I have micro locks now. But
Okay.
yes, I did cut my hair, combed them out, left about 6 inches of hair on my head and got micro locks put in. So they're growing. Actually, braided them before the show because they were like, if you don't know about shrinkage, shrinkage is real. And I had this little mini fro on my head. So I tried to stretch out the hair a little bit, but yeah, I have micro locks now. So new year, new me. Had to switch it up.
I just want you to know it took all of my I guess my professionalism to not hit the button on you like 10 times because you gave me so many alley oops and I could have gave you one of these. That's what she said. But I said
Oh
no.
my God.
I'm a little bit more mature. I'm a little bit more mature.
Your
I'm
video
not
went
gonna say
off.
I know I turned it off.
Oh,
It's a new year. I'm not gonna, I'm gonna try to be a little more professional. But
okay. I
those,
appreciate
listen,
that.
I got the button ready. I got the button.
Okay.
I got the button ready. So you got the micro locks. That's awesome. You got the red going in there, matching the
Mm.
earrings. So you can buy those at her Etsy shop. I'm making that up. I'm pretty sure you can buy those at her Etsy shop. What about work? What's going on with work?
I'm actually moving to a new position on Monday. Um, so I remember I told you I was fixing to resign because they didn't want to agree to my release date, but something happened and they ended up agreeing to it. So I'm going to my new position on Monday. It's still remote. It's a lateral move, just
Mm-hmm.
going back to where I started, basically.
Okay, so you get to pick a new team.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yep.
so you get to assemble your own X-Men, your own Avengers.
Yep. I handpicked them all. They all got their offers. So,
How many people do you
um,
hire? Do you wait? So you're hiring these people?
yeah, it's a team of five for right now. It's a new team that they're doing. Um, Not to get into like all the nitty gritty, but new team to help recruit. It's targeted recruitment to take the workload off of the regular staffing teams.
Mm-hmm.
So they hired me as a supervisor, and like I said, I got a team of five, and we're just gonna see how it plays out once we get started and go from there.
So you're over
But
here
I'm looking
creating
forward to
jobs.
the break. I'm not creating jobs. The
I mean,
place
you
is
hiring
creating
people.
jobs, but I'm hiring people. Yeah.
So you looking at resumes,
Well,
saying
no,
no,
it's people.
no, not
No, it's
you.
people I already knew. I mean, they applied to the job, they had to
Yeah.
qualify, but you know, when I got the names, some of them I already knew. So I was like, oh, I want this person, this person, this person. And then they were like, well, you get two more. And I said, okay, I'm gonna take these two and
Mhm.
bring them over with me. So yeah.
Okay, so was there one resume where you had to say something like this too?
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
I mean, yeah, there's always resumes like that, but yeah, yeah.
So, okay. So, without divulging too much, can you tell me about one of the worst resumes you've seen in your tenure as an HR professional?
One of the worst resumes I've seen was probably a one pager.
Besides mine, because mine was one page. Let's
No,
not.
yours was no, yours this one and it's like I'm having flashbacks because it was so bad. It was like a one pager and I don't even remember what job this person was applying for. It was probably like a housekeeping aide. But and if you ever worked in the government, the housekeeping aide positions have always been open to veterans only, right? Preference eligibles. And they're typically your felons, the people who have gone to jail, and they're coming out, they're trying to get a new start, and they're applying to jobs. So they don't have any experience applying to jobs. They don't know how to write a resume or anything like that. So those are always the worst ones and the hardest to get through the hiring process. So there was one resume, like I said, it was one page, and they probably had like two or three jobs listed, and literally one line for what they did at the job. And it had nothing to do with what they were applying for. But because the job is just cleaning, well, anybody can clean. All you got to do is say, I swept the floor or mopped or something, and they'll push them through. But yeah, those are the worst ones that come through.
Okay. Yeah, because I get to look at resumes on the back end when people don't get hired and they say it's discrimination and things like that. So I've seen some really, really good resumes. I've also seen some ones where it's like, oh, I see why you didn't get picked. But no, that's pretty awesome. You get to pick your own team, so you get to match the personalities to
Mm-hmm.
yours. So what are some characteristics that you're looking for a good fit for your team?
Um, Big one is self starters. People who listen and remember. I am not someone who likes to repeat myself too often. And just people who have initiative, like want to do the work, want to learn your job, and I shouldn't have to tell you what to do or how to do something all the time, especially once training has been completed or once information has been given to you. So yeah, I'm not a micromanager. I don't like to like check behind people or
Mhm.
hey, did you do this or hey, did you do that? I want people to just come in and be able to do their job, know what they're supposed to do, and keep it moving.
You want responsible adults. What's wrong with you?
Yeah, yeah, that's all I ask for.
Oh my God. That's
Instead,
crazy.
I get a bunch of grown kids, but
That's wild. That's good though. That's good though. So you said you have a child-free summer.
mhm.
What what is that like?
It's awesome. I can do whatever I want and not have to worry about. I mean, the biggest part though is I save money on food
Mhm.
because I'm not going to the grocery store every other week and trying to meal plan, or if I'm too busy, then I'm ordering out or something. So I can keep like the minimum in here and I don't eat a lot. So
Yeah,
I'm definitely saving money on food.
that's great. That's good. So what kind of activities do you have planned for your kid-free summer?
Let's see. I'm actually looking at hotels right now to go back home in August. Um, just to be a tourist in my own town because I haven't been back in so long and so much has changed. So we're looking at doing that. And then
Mm.
obviously going to Calvin's retirement in August. Trying to think of what else. We had a girls trip weekend in May. That was
So
fun and
so wait,
interesting.
how was that? Because hold on. Because
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure?
You see, no pictures were posted, right?
Calm down.
because you guys went on the girls trip, there's absolutely no freaking footage, right?
Yeah.
I think I talked to like you guys, like you and mom, when you were on the way down, and that was it. And then like mommy when she got back, and she was just like, I'm tired as fuck. So it was yourself, mother, Ayana, your younger sister, and Calvin's wife, Monica. And this is the first time that all you guys are together.
Yep.
Without any kids. Whose idea was it? And why did they think it was a good idea?
It was Yanni's idea. And I don't know why she thought it was a good idea, because as we got closer to the date, me and mommy were like, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we're literally getting in the car, driving 4 hours for a day and a half to turn around and drive back. Like, what the heck is going on? Right. Because she drove 6, to come to me.
Yeah.
And then we drove another like 3 to 4 to get to where we were going. But she stayed the week after. So she spent some time. But yeah, no, it was Yanni planned the trip. Booked the Airbnb, which was beautiful, by the way. Airbnb was awesome, had the hot tub, nice area, but it ended up being fun. And I'm more reserved than the rest of them. So they, we had a good time though, but they were, mommy, your mother.
No, because what was this like your first time hanging out with mommy as an adult?
I guess in that type of environment, yeah, where it was just like, because I go home all the time and we hang out and just do whatever, but to actually be like on a trip and not doing anything and just relaxing, yeah, I think
ain't got no curfew. There's no curfew.
Yeah, yeah. So, mommy's funny. She's funny.
Yeah, no, when she came out with me down here, when she came to DC, she was fun. But I see you guys didn't know them when they were young. So I knew mommy when she was in her 20s. And then you knew mommy when she was an adult. She was responsible. So I remember them still like having fun and having parties and stuff. And then they got all responsible,
Yeah.
And then now it's good to see them be able to get back out and do things. So what was it like hanging out with Calvin's wife?
Monica's cool. Yeah, because
you guys can be intimidating. And
Yanni's more intimidating than anything.
We paint a narrative. We paint a narrative about you guys.
But we hung out with Monica before. I think, because she's different than the rest. And like I said, we've hung out with her before, even when all y'all came to the house. When it was all of us together. Like, she cool. She can hang with the crowd. So I didn't think that was going to be an issue at all. We just had never hung out together like that. So
now the last question is, how was it like hanging out without men?
Oh, that's always fun. You have a good time. I mean, we didn't do anything crazy. Like we got there, went and had some drinks.
And I don't mean doing nothing crazy or nothing like that. I just mean being in a space with other grown women of different, levels of life experience, and just being able to talk without men present.
Yeah, no, that was good. We did have some conversations about, things going on in our personal lives, and then just, other stuff, but it was cool. We didn't get too deep, obviously. But no, we had a good time. Whatever.
So, okay, last question. Who cried first?
Nobody cried.
What?
Why would we cry?
Oh,
you think we got emotional? No.
Well, I'm just comparing everything to me because I cry over everything. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I don't think any conversation got like real emotional or anything like that. We just had a good time. That was it. I'm trying to
Okay.
think. We got there. We went to got drinks first, went back. Obviously hit up the liquor store,
Mhm.
got some snacks and stuff from the grocery store so we weren't running out. We went to the I forget what it's called. I don't know if it's Botanical Gardens or something at Duke University. I think it
Yeah.
was down there. Beautiful. That place is
Mhm.
amazing. It's huge. I almost died because we was walking so much. Um, we did a scavenger hunt
Yeah.
in Raleigh, and that Yanni found it's just like an app on your phone, and it tells you to do. That's how you know these people crazy, and that's why I said I'm more reserved, the more reserved one in the group, because it would say, oh, act out doing this in front of a building or in front of a sign. And there's a video of your mother doing air guitar, I think, and Monica being a groupie. Yanni has it somewhere. um, but yeah, we had a good time and had to like take different pictures, like I said, acting out stuff, playing leapfrog, and
Yeah. That's
there's a
awesome. That's
picture
great.
of me doing a surfboard on a bench in the middle of, you know, the sidewalk. But no, it was fun. And then we went and got seafood on the last day, I think. And I think
Mhm.
that was probably the best night because that food was
Okay.
good. Yeah.
All right. That's awesome. That's awesome, man. That's great. That's great to hear. You know, it's a good way to spend the time. And you guys got to go out before you got affected by the Canadian smoke. You know,
Yeah.
that's what everybody's choking on now. And it sucks because Canada, you know, they're known for one thing, and that's
Smoke weed every day.
because they have some of the greatest, you know, cannabis exports, but they're giving us the worst fucking smoke. Like New York looked like something out of Blade Runner, man. It was like completely orange. Everything's dark. It looked like something out of a scary movie. And I know you guys got hit with it as well down in Virginia, man. So what I'm gonna say to that is you folks out there, you know, you thought you were gonna have a summer without wearing masks, but aha, they fooled you. But I do want to talk about is some current events going on real quick. You know, some current events going on. Can you hear that?
The music, yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God. Look at me doing something right for the first fucking time. Yeah. So I want to talk about some current events. You know, are you aware of the current submarine tragedy that happened with the billionaires?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask your expert opinion because you used to be a sonar technician in the United States Navy, and there was a lot of speculation by people, a lot of internet sleuths, and a lot of you know, a lot of submarine acoustic underwater experts, you know, that were giving their expert opinions about, you know, the survivability and what happens. But I just want to ask you, as a normal person, what you think of everything going on with that shit?
Um, well, one, it was just sad in general.
Mm-hmm.
Um, two, I guess I don't know. It's crazy because the
Oh my God,
situation,
who the hell cares?
I don't know. It's like, why would you do that, first of all? Like,
Mm-hmm.
pay that much money to go on
Congratulations, you played yourself.
this little thing underwater to go look at a ship that's been sunken for God knows how long, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, watch the freaking movie or a documentary or something like that. It's
Oh
all the same
my
footage. But okay. But no, the whole thing was just, it was sad. Like, initially, it's like, what the heck is this really happening? And then you're like, holy crap, like, they really lost. They can't. And then it's just the countdown. And that was probably the most traumatizing part, maybe. Because it's like, you really just waiting for these people to run out of air. You ain't found them yet. There's no sign of them. Like, and then, oh, Thursday rolls around and, oh, we're at the 96 hour. Uh, okay. I guess that's it. Like, what what do you do? You just watching and waiting, and it's just sad either way. And um, like, you know, you put your post up, and it's like, well, you either die in one or two ways. You gonna suffocate, or you gonna blow up. and looked like they blew up. So,
Yeah.
and earlier than what they were actually waiting for.
Yeah, it happened the same day. So essentially it happened like 90 minutes after, which is like one of my boys, Jeff Walker, who's like an actual underwater acoustic expert. He put out like some graphs that showed like, yeah, about 90 minutes after they left, that shit imploded. You know, and that's what the Navy confirmed was like, yeah, we had an underwater explosion in that vicinity about, you know, a little bit after they lost contact, because that happened with the submarine. Like on their last voyage, they lost contact, but they were able to get back up. And that submarine had a history of just taking shortcuts to safety, and essentially, you know, those who fuck around will find out, you know. And me, I looked at it from a different aspect, because I'm just thinking about the one father and son that are on a trip, and the son really didn't want to go, but he's just trying to do something with his father for Father's Day. It's happened Father's Day weekend, and you know, you saw the submarine, and it had a bunch of successful dives. A bunch of other guys went on it. There was people that he could go talk to, other billionaires. Like I say, yeah, I went down, made it back. But this guy had a fiberglass hull, and if you look at any of the stories or any of the charts, any of the graphs, any of the replays, they show you exactly how that thing will deteriorate over time. But yeah, I try to look at it from the human aspect, because yeah, it's like billionaires doing billionaire stuff. Like if somebody decides to build a rocket ship and they go into outer space and it explodes, I'm gonna think about them leaving behind a family. But it's like, yo, you did choose to build a rocket ship. You know, like you could have went with NASA, who has like a long track record of doing it the right way, but you decided to do it your own way, right? And so and that's, you know, a lot of people just didn't care. They didn't really have any empathy for the situation. But that was the one, you know, perspective that I looked at, was that, you know, just the suffering that you would endure waiting to be rescued. Because at the same time, you know, I thought about, you know, Kobe Bryant and those final moments with his daughter in that helicopter, right? That's a rich person doing some rich person stuff, something that none of us can ever relate to, taking a helicopter to freaking practice, right? And it's something that you've done a bunch of times with a guy who's done it a bunch of times. But he decided to do something that might not have been the right decision, which was to fly in a in some bad weather, right? And then Kobe's with his daughter in those final moments, and that's what I thought about, was that father with his son in those final moments. What do you do? How do you comfort, you know, your son? What do you say to them? And I don't even know. What do you do? You know, I have no idea. And hopefully I'll never be in that situation. But damn, I almost ended up in that situation because I got hit by a freaking car last week. Not me, I didn't get hit by a car, but my car got hit by a car. My baby got hit, and this was literally right after I just got the car inspected, serviced, and cleaned at the dealership. Just got a haircut, so I'm riding that haircut high. I'm so damn happy. I just got a pizza from Am Pizza. Shout out to Am Pizza, the Outlaw. Shit is amazing. And I'm in a parking lane. I'm in a parking spot, the very last parking spot, which goes into the turning lane. I move about 50 to 100 feet, just going up to make a right turn, and somebody in this big landscaping truck who wasn't paying attention decided to merge into me, hit my car, dang near pin me into a freaking light pole. And I'm just looking at them like, yo, you're hitting my car. And I wasn't even mad, because I'm just like, you know what? As long as I don't hit that pole, I'm good. And so I didn't get any real frontal damage, just some side damage. It was like $9,000 in damage. And it's getting repaired right now to be done next week. You know, I got out the car, made a phone call, and then I went right to the Progressive app, did the claim, took the video, called BMW, had them come tow the car. You know, the lady that was driving the truck didn't have her license on her. She didn't even want to wait for the cops. She just wanted to exchange information. I was like, hell no, this cop about to come out here, fill this police report out so they can say that your ass was guilty, you know. And we got cameras out there too. So I already got the camera footage from the library and the apartment building, right, that it happened in front of, you know. And yeah, I'm like, yo, I need my car fixed, and I need $30,000. because I miss work, and I could just go say I'm already a disabled vet, bro. So I can just go say, yo, my back hurts even more, because it does, right? And then just sue you for a personal injury claim, or you can just give me 30 grand.
Let me know how that works out.
You know, I could shake you down. I'm a disabled vet. I need that money. And it let the woman that didn't have her license leave. She got to hit me and go home.
I
and
mean,
you don't have your license driving a commercial vehicle, and you cause an
what
accident,
were they
and
gonna
you get
do
to go
with her?
home. That's an arrestable offense for driving without a license. She didn't have her license
Did she get a ticket?
Insurance. No.
Because
I wasn't hurt, because I didn't leave in an ambulance. That's why.
Mm.
And so I'm like, okay, I got something for you. I got something for you, lady. But it's all good. You know, my car will be back next Friday, and you know, everything will be okay. Everything will be okay, man. But yeah, so more billionaire bull crap. Are you following the Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk super fight that is about to happen?
I'm not.
Okay. You should be. You should be, because it is going to be the biggest fight in the history of mankind. It's probably going to be the worst looking fight in history of mankind, because it's two freaking nerds who are fighting. But yeah, Mark Zuckerberg, he's been training jiu-jitsu lately for the past couple of years, and has recently competed in some tournaments. And Elon Musk, I don't know if he was trolling him or being serious, but he said he wanted to spar with him. And Mark Zuckerberg said, send me location. If you follow mixed martial arts, that's a Khabib Nurmagomedov reference. Send me, that means he about to come beat your ass. And then Musk said he was down, and then Dana White got involved. I'm just going to be honest. I have no interest in watching two nerds fight. Just like I have no interest in watching two bums fight. I have no interest.
Somebody gonna watch it.
Yeah, somebody will watch it. You know, just like I have no interest in watching like just two random influencers fight. But yeah, you gotta tell me a story. You know, so if there's a story behind it, like they're gonna do for some kind of, and it can't be for charity. It can't be for charity, because then it's like, y'all rich. You could have just gave the money to charity regardless. You know? So it has to be for something like control of like Twitter. Control of Twitter, or control of freaking Facebook for a year. The loser has to cede control of that social media platform for 1 calendar year.
That would be interesting.
Yep. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. And that would just create utter chaos. But that then I'm interested. Now you're going to get my money to watch this fight. Otherwise, I really don't care. I'm just going to be honest.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
It's just rich people doing rich people stuff, and that's just not something I care about. Yeah, more rich people stuff. Diddy recently had his deal with Circoc ended. It was terminated by Diageo.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Are you aware of that story?
I might have heard about it.
So essentially, for the past several years, Diddy filed a lawsuit stating back in 2022, I want to say November, stating that Diageo was not promoting his brand along with his tequila, De Leon, that they were not promoting that along with the other white brands, and that they're promoting that as an exclusively urban brand to the urban market. And he felt that they weren't putting any marketing behind that. And then they responded that he didn't put any marketing dollars behind that, and he might have paid like $5,000, 10 grand out of his pocket, and he hasn't put any of the money that he's supposed to put behind the budget, and that's why they haven't done anything. All he's done is make Instagram reels, right? And so after being called racist by Diddy one too many times, they said, hey man, that's enough. We no longer require your services. So Circoc is no longer owned by Diddy. Yes. And the bulk of his billionaire status was tied to his ownership in Circoc. And so just like Kanye, when he lost his deal with Adidas for Run at the Mouth, Diddy, you know the rules, and so do I. Those are the represent somebody else when it's somebody else's brand, somebody else's company. You can't just go calling them racist.
Yeah.
Especially when they've done everything you've asked. But yeah, hopefully Diddy gets another liquor. I doubt it though, but because his son just had that DUI. So his mom is happy about that. I want to say his son Justin had a DUI a little while ago. But I know Diddy also has stake in the largest black-owned marijuana company right now. It's already valued over $1 billion. And he has growing land essentially in 3 states where marijuana is legal. One of them being Maryland. That's why I know that. So yeah, so Diddy has his hands in the marijuana business as well. So don't be surprised if you see him transition away from alcohol. And talking to transitions from ownership, Michael Jordan recently sold his ownership in the Charlotte Hornets. Are you aware of that story?
No.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
So the reason why that matters is because Michael Jordan brought that team from the former owner of BET, Bob Johnson, who brought that team as the Charlotte Bobcats. Because the team was failing so much, Michael Jordan was essentially supposed to pay about $225 million, $250 million for the team, maybe $275 max. But he only put down $25 million cash for the team and then paid for the rest of the money in like stocks and equity and some other shit. Essentially the Jordan brand, right? So what happens is when he bought the team, I want to say it's about 13, 14 years later, he sells them for $3 billion. So he pays $25 million out of pocket and he makes $3 billion. There's rumors going around about, Michael Jordan had to sell a team to pay off some debts to some people that he owed for some other bad business deals in the stock market. Maybe, but he still took $25 million, turned it into $3 billion. The Charlotte Hornets haven't won shit. Made like 2 playoff series, maybe. Haven't really done much, but yeah, they've sold tickets. Surprisingly,
somebody just paid for them.
And somebody paid $3 billion, and I want to say that was like the 7th highest franchise sold in history. So congratulations to Jordan.
Stop it. Get some help.
But yeah, you got to get some help with that gambling because there's no fucking way you owe people $3 billion in bad debt from gambling in the stock market. That's terrible, Mike. Also, his son is smashing Scottie Pippen's ex-wife, and they're talking about having a baby. Are you aware of that?
No, I'm not.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
So, Michael Jordan Jr. and Scottie Pippen's wife, Larsa Pippen, are dating seriously. They also have a podcast. And they're talking about having kids. She already has 2 grown kids. She's about my age. He's like 30. Nah, she's 45 and he's 30. He just turned 30. Yeah, and he wants kids, and she's like, yeah, she would like more. To me, that just sounds weird.
Yeah.
Because now, like, yeah, that's just wild. Because now, like, your ex-wife just had your like arch enemy, your most hated teammate. His son got your ex-wife pregnant, and now your kids are step kids with your enemy. That's like some Game of Thrones shit.
Yeah.
That is like some yo, Michael Jordan. Yo.
Stop it. Get some help.
Yo, Mike. What the hell is wrong with Michael Jordan and the Jordan household? I don't know, man. I don't know. He's not doing as bad as Shaq trying to, jump into Home Depot girl DMs.
Office Depot.
Home Depot, Office Depot, Papa
I don't
John's.
know.
Shout out to Shaq, man, because he's making dreams come true. He's making dreams come true, one way or another. Yo, there's so much going on. There's an election coming up. Are you aware of that?
An election? The
Oh my
2024
God,
election?
who the hell cares?
Yo, I don't want to talk about that shit. Did
Yeah, I
you
don't do
see
politics.
did you see little Uzi Vert get hit with a cell phone at the BET Awards?
No, I don't have cable, so I did not watch the BET
Oh
Awards.
my God. Okay, so this was like domestic freaking violence live on stage at the BET Awards. Allegedly, this was because BET was taking pictures with my favorite rapper, who I've said on the podcast millions of times, Ice Spice. I'll go ahead and share this with you. You let me know if you can see it. And this is I'll go ahead and blow this up. And this is Little Uzi Vert getting a cell phone thrown at him by his girlfriend live at the BET Awards. Can you see this, Sadira?
Mm-hmm. I'm so angry.
Yo,
Mm-mm.
I'm sorry.
I mean, I did see a lot of comments that said that the BET Awards were kind of ghetto this year.
Kind of ghetto. They're always ghetto. Yo. Yo. Brother. Yo, pray for little Uzi Vert. And I'm not laughing because it's domestic violence. I'm laughing because he's just like, yo, I didn't even do anything. And I've been in that situation, assaulted by the person you're dating, when you have literally done nothing and you get a phone or a wallet or a phone or a fucking phone thrown at you, and you haven't even done anything. And it's in front of people, so you can't react how you want to react. And you're just like, yo, fuck, what do I do now? Right. And that was little Uzi Vert in that moment. And his girlfriend JT, she has a long record of prison time for felony, theft, grand larceny. She's a city girl, so a swiper, credit card scammer, one of those. So she's a little violent. And she hit this guy with a iPhone 14 Pro Max in the face for taking a picture with fucking Ice Spice and called him a But she said it was because he gave her seat away. Now, if I gave my woman's seat away and that's how she reacted in front of people on national TV with cameras rolling, you can't be my girlfriend anymore.
Right.
Especially if I didn't even do nothing.
That's a little overreactive.
Yeah. So what are your thoughts about little Uzi Vert being abused on TV and no one caring?
Push the button.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Yes, little Uzi Vert, I'm sorry. No one cares because you're a man and you're being assaulted. So next time, just punch her in the face. And then people will care, but you'll go to jail. So don't do that. Next time, scream for help. Scream for help. That's actually little Uzi Vert screaming. Oh my God. We can get into the first topic if you're ready.
Go for it.
Yeah, what the hell did I do? I think I might have messed up. I might have done something wrong. No, I didn't. Yeah, man. Yo, life is crazy. Can I tell you, I think I'm being stalked.
By who?
An ex.
Mm,
It's like silent stalking though, man. You know, like if you don't talk to any, if you don't date someone, you shouldn't follow them on social media.
right.
Okay. So if you follow me on social media, that's a little weird. If we don't talk, like if we don't talk, period, like if you're an ex and we're still cool, right? Okay, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yo, if you're an ex and you fucking yo, it's just creepy. It's like, what do you want to see? You didn't want to see me. It's like you didn't want to see me, so what are you looking at?
I got a text from my ex a couple weeks ago, like mad random, right?
I did too. About my daughter
And
starting school. And that was weird. It freaked me out. I didn't
no, but
respond.
let me tell you what this, I'm gonna read this to you. I don't talk to him. I don't want to talk to you. Like, you're alive. That's all I need to know. I don't even need to know that. Like, I don't care. But I get this
Sharpen.
random
This
text.
wing ding.
Get this random text. Says good morning. It says good morning. Mawning. Which one of them showers can I come dance and sing in? And I'm just like, it's 8 o'clock
Yo.
in the morning.
Yo, hold up. That's hilarious.
And I was just like, I
That's
didn't even
hilarious.
respond. I left him straight on red, right?
Yeah.
Then I get another text later on in the day. Now, I don't know what
That's
if you
very creepy.
drank. It is. I don't know what you drink. I don't know what kind of drugs you do. I don't know. You know, have I taken pre-workout before? I don't know. But the excuse was I get a follow-up text that says, sorry, was high off pre-workout and was feeling myself this morning. And I'm like, ain't nobody feeling themselves that much that you gonna send me a text message like that. Like, no, you was smoking something else. Like, I don't know what you were doing, but pre-workout ain't it.
Maybe he was smoking
Like,
pre-workout.
I don't know.
Maybe he snorted
But
it. Who knows?
I never responded. I just, yeah. I'm like, don't text me.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah. Yeah, I had an ex hit me up and she was like, "Oh, your daughter's starting school." And I was just like, thumbs up on that text. Like, how do you want me to respond to that? Yeah, she did. We
Yeah.
can't have a conversation about it though because we're not dating anymore. So you know, it's weird. But
Weirdos.
it is, man. It is. It is. But what I will say about that is that because I've been busy for this past 3 months, we'll get into how busy I've been. But what I will say is,
I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
Oh my God.
and
Okay.
so to get into the first topic, part of the new format is the shows. We'll get into a short musical interlude to set the tone for the topic, and we'll have carefully crafted, curated conversations.
Young money.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear that.
Yeah. I know way too many people here right now that I didn't know last year. Who the fuck are y'all? I swear it feels like the last few nights. We've been everywhere and back, but I just can't remember it all. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right, I'm doing me. I'm doing me. I'm living life right now, man. And this is what I'ma do till it's over. Till it's over. But it's far from over. Alright, bottles on me. Long as someone drink it. Never drop the ball. Fucking y'all thinking. Making sure the young money ship is never sinking. About to set it off in this bitch Jada Pinkett. I shouldn't have drove. Tell me how I'm getting home. You too fine to be laying down in bed alone. I could teach you how to speak my language, Rosetta Stone. I swear this life is like the sweetest thing I've ever known. Got to go Thriller, Mike Jackson on these niggas. All I need's a fucking red jacket with some zippers. Super good Smitto, a package of the swishers. I did it overnight, it couldn't happen any quicker. Y'all know them, well fucking me either. But point the biggest skeptic out, I make him a believer. It wouldn't be the first time I done it, throwing hundreds when I should be throwing ones. Bitch, I run it. I know way too many people here right now that I didn't know last year. Who the fuck are y'all? I swear it feels like the last few nights. We've been everywhere and back, but I just can't remember it all. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh yeah, that's right, I'm doing me. I'm doing me. I'm living life right now, man. And this is what I'ma do till it's over. Till it's over. But it's far from over. One thing about music, when it hits you, feel no pain.
Okay. So the first thing that I wanna talk about is freedom and independence. Right? We got a holiday coming up. We have 4th of July, right? We just had Juneteenth. And white people.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
That's how they were like all weekend, Father's Day weekend as well. But I get it, because I say the same thing when y'all talking about St. Patrick's Day. So we're talking about independence, and I like Drake, man. I remember anytime I like win a big award or I'm like feeling accomplished, I love playing that song, and I like looking at the people that I saw on that journey, and the ones that kind of doubted you, didn't give you the support, maybe was a little bit of naysayers, because I like to use that as the steam to power my dreams. Shout to Kanye. I just took one of his lines. I shouldn't have did that. And so yeah. And so what I want to talk about is just the idea of freedom, the idea of independence, and how important is that to you for your mental health. And so a lot of times, you say independence and people automatically think I'm talking about, relationships or independent men, women, things like that. No. Let's just get down to basics, right? Because we're all slaves to something, right? We're all prisoners to something. And I used to always say that I used to never wear a watch, right? And I used to say because time was man's only prison, and a watch is a shackle, right? I used to always say that. And so looking at it now, we're all prisoners to something. We're all slaves to something at some point, and we all have this journey to break free from that, to gain independence from that. And then we see how that affects our mental health. But going into it, a lot of times we aren't aware of how that's affecting us mentally. Let me explain. Financial independence. You know what it's like to be in this finance situation where you're living check to check. And you're a slave to that paycheck. You're a slave to that hours, that direct deposit hit. You got to pay those bills because the shit that you didn't pay is going to get snatched out at the stroke of 7 a.m. the next day, right? You got to go to the ATM to pull out cash so you got something last to the next pay period, right? Back when you were like, for me, a junior guy in the Navy, I'm going to the Navy Fed ATM because they give out singles. You know what I'm saying? And when you're in that financial bind, you're a prisoner to that paycheck, and you don't understand how that plays a factor in how you interact with people, how you interact with your friends, your family, how you approach your job, how you approach relationships, how you approach life. The same thing if you're in a toxic relationship. A lot of times people don't see how that changes them until they're out of it, until they gain that independence and they're able to fully blossom into the person that they could be, because they're no longer being shackled by that thing that was holding them back. Or it could be, somebody that is like, man, I'm trying to lose weight. and then when they finally get free, from that negative mindset, and they're able to see themselves in that new light. And that's what I mean, or shout out to my man Rel. You're somebody that was locked up, and then you get free. And then what that independence now does to your mental well-being, how it can affect you positively, how it can affect you negatively, right? Because sometimes independence is bad. Some people need structure, need guidance. They need somebody to direct them. They're not self-starters. They're not self-sufficient. They don't have any initiative, right? So some people can't handle freedom. They can't handle independence. Some people need to be micromanaged. Some people need to be ruled, right? I'm not saying you have to be a tyrant or something like that. However, some people need to be led, is how I like to say. Some people need to be influenced. Some people need to be guided. Some people need to be coached. And so back to the question, for me, my journey over the past year was getting back to that point of being financially independent, because for me, retiring from the military, I had a certain level, a quality of life that I was used to. And then that took a huge dip because I decided to be a stay-at-home dad and make that sacrifice, burn through my savings, blah, 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 in order to spend the most amount of time with my daughter, right? And then the next year was that rebuilding, and we talked about at this point last year, the podcast, I told you exactly what I was going to do. Fucking did it, right? And so now I'm back here a year later, and I have like a burden lifted off me. It's like 1,000 pounds of weight, because it's like, yo, I'm not broke, right? And I'm never going to be broke again. And all I got to do is not die, and I'll technically be wealthy, right? And I'm gonna tell you, man, that's dangerous.
Oh,
For
for
a
you,
guy
I
like
know.
me, that's dangerous because I've had that kind of freedom before, and I went sicko mode. You know what I'm saying? And I sat down with my accountant, and when we calculated, I burned through $1.5 million in 10 years. You know what I'm saying? That's how much I spent. You know what I'm saying? Made more than that. That's just how much I spent. And I enjoyed it all. I lived like a fucking pro athlete for 10 years. And essentially when you're in the military, that's what you do, because you have to train like an athlete. You have to live like an athlete, be disciplined like an athlete. Essentially, you get to the point where you get paid like an athlete and you get treated like an athlete when you're wearing your uniform. So I'm out there living like Deion Sanders. Must be the money. Must be the money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God! Wow!
I was just having a good old time. I was having such a good time. I went back through my Facebook memories, and I used to make highlight reels, like highlight tapes. I would cut music videos of my weekends out, and that looked lit. I was like, yeah, I used to be a wild boy, but I was a slave to that lifestyle though. You know what I'm saying? And so now it's like, all right, boom. Now I'm at this point where it's like I'm back to where I was, but greater. And now I'm independent, and it's like I need a little guidance. So I got to reach out to a friend to say, hey, I need help managing my finances. I got to reach out to a friend to say, hey, I need help planning these next financial moves. I got to reach out to a friend and say, hey, I need help, controlling my impulse buying, things like that. And that's what I want to talk about, because freedom is great, but it comes at a cost. Freedom ain't free.
Yeah.
It's
almost the same it's almost along the same lines as absolute power corrupts absolutely.
Where you come from?
It goes two walks.
Execute Order 66.
And I've already turned to the dark side. So it's too late for me.
Too late.
We're just trying to do damage control right now.
Oh, man.
But yeah, man, and that's the thing, man. So but I did want to talk about that, because I'm gonna tell you right now, like, if you listen to the podcast or you watch the podcast, I tell the whole plan. I give you the plot before it happens. I tell you what's going to happen in the movie. And it's like last year I said, hey, I'm gonna get to this point next year. I'm gonna be at this point with that. Really didn't have like any kind of plan on how to do it. I just knew I had to do it. Right. And you get to watch it over the podcast, right? And then now it's like I'm back. And you know,
I'm stronger. I'm smarter. I'm better. I am better.
And that's what it is, man, because you know, if you look at the start of the podcast, you see the evolution. I look like Sideshow Bob, I look like a homeless schlub, you know. And now you look at me, you see the face, you see the dimples. I could pull a shirt up, you see a six pack. You know what I'm saying? I'm back in the 666 club. You know what I'm saying? And that's 6 feet, 6 figures of income, 6 inches. You know what I'm saying? And a six pack.
How do you feel about this?
And a six pack. But the reason why I say that is because independence, right? I know I cannot be trusted.
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
I know I cannot handle the level of independence that I now have. And that is why I have to actively seek guidance. I must seek more mentorship, more coaching, so I don't make the same mistakes with even greater stuff to lose. Because before it was just me. Now I have my daughter to think about, you know? So I can't just take this financial independence that I have and just wantonly spend like I did before. I have to make smart decisions and smart choices, things that will benefit her in the long run, you know. As at the same time, I can't just follow what everyone else is doing. You know, if everyone's buying Airbnbs, right? Everybody's buying property about to make an Airbnb out of it. You got to understand what's going on, right? You got to know that there's like a 50%, 40% downturn in the market right now in certain areas. You know, folks are getting scared right now, but now's the best time to buy because everybody that lost money on Airbnb, they can sell to me.
Say they might be trying to sell.
You got dang right. And I'm gonna sell that thing I'm gonna rent it out. That's what I'm gonna do. Get a long-term rental in there. And that's the thing. And so I know for me, that independence, it comes at a price, you know, and for me, it's a price I can't pay, you know, and so I gotta get help. I gotta get guidance, you know. So that's what I want to ask you. So for this year, since this is now season 3, what was something that you were trying to get independence from, or what are you now or looking to break free from during season 3?
I guess it would be the same thing. Financial independence, and I could.
You're rich. Cut that out.
No, I'm not. No, I have struggled and I have made it to a point where I do at times,
You make more
but I
money
don't
than me. You can't talk
think about
struggling.
swiping my card or making a purchase. Like, it's not, can I afford this? Is, do I want to spend this money? So, you know, but it took a while for me to get there.
Is it the you know how they say if you ain't have it before, then once you get it, you don't want to let it go because you don't want to have that feeling again of not having.
It's not even that. Like, I've gotten to the point where if I can't afford it, I'm not going to get it. I have 2 credit cards. One of them is specific. It's a care credit card. So you can only use it for like your pets or emergencies,
That's smart.
pharmacy type visits, whatever. But I mainly use it for the dogs, like if they need emergency surgery or something like that. That's all I have it for. And then the other one is my Star card that I barely touch. I only use it randomly if I'm buying Christmas gifts, but I still pay on it just to they keep giving me more credit. I don't need it, but you know, that's where your little switch came from.
Yeah.
Shit, let me hold some of that credit then.
So,
Much appreciated, by the way.
Let me hold some.
yeah. but that's just there, and that keeps my credit going. But I don't have anything else. So, if I buy something, I'm buying it straight cash, or it's going to be like a zero interest where I can make payments or whatever, or it's going to be something that's low payment, but it's never going to be anything that's going to stress me out. And if I can't afford it, then I ain't getting it. Like, so I'm not living beyond my means or nothing, but I'm also in a situation where if I want something, I can get it. So it's just, again, do I want to pay for it? It's, do I want to pay for it? Do I need it right now? Or, so it's all good.
So what about you there, brother, man? What over the past year have you gained independence from? Or for season 3, what are you looking to break free from?
Well, within the next 2 months, I'm looking to break free from the military. And I'm not gonna lie, it's been a journey.
Hold up, before you get into that, are you inside of a Connex box in Kuwait right now?
Does it sound that trash?
Yeah.
All right, then I gotta fix my audio then. I got the same mic, but it sounds
You
like
probably just got
echo.
Yeah, you probably just got to change the mic input. So you probably got to go to select the microphone and make sure it's on the actual mic and not the computer.
Yeah.
Or the camera.
I got you. We'll do
Yeah.
that right now. Oh yeah. That's how that sounds. Even worse.
It's good enough for government work.
Government work. Try that one. Even worse. Look on your face. Let me go back. All right, what about that's good enough for government work?
Yeah, it's good enough for government work.
God damn. Yeah. Well, I was back. That but now yeah, like I said. Big bucks, no whammies.
So what are you looking to break free from, man? Because I can tell, but that does not count.
That does count. That
it's already happening. It's already happening. It's already happening.
Nah, but it's not almost. It's the transition. Me and my man was talking the other day, and it's almost a form. It is a form of being institutionalized. Like I've lived a certain way.
That is what you have to break free from.
Yeah,
not the military. You got to break free from that mindset.
Yes.
Oh my God, that is going to be so hard for you.
It is
because
doing that right now.
You love it. You love it.
Thank you.
You love this shit. You love it.
Yeah,
like you really, really, really love this shit, man.
Because how many years did you do?
Like a million.
By the time September, it'll be 26.
Yeah, that's excessive.
A lot. Excessive.
That's a bid. That's a bid.
Dude, like, bro, when I think of you, like this shit right here just comes in my fucking head, bro. Like, you need to play this at your goddamn retirement ceremony and shit.
Oh man, that's the joint right there.
I just be thinking about this, but I think about Calvin.
That's that Hulk Hogan joint.
No, God! No, God, please, no!
He's dying.
This shit is rocking to the chorus, bro. I'm a real American. Yo, you love this shit, bro.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, you are like the most you're American dad, dog. You're
the motherfucker with the flag and shit.
Yo, you have an American flag on the front of your house. You have an American flag. That like what is that coming down when you retire?
They'll probably stay.
Yo, because that's what you're gonna have to break free from, bro. It's like walking in a straight line.
Oh my God. Remember? Well, yeah, even that.
Hugging the right side of the wall.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, dog. Listen, the shit that's gonna blow your mind is when you realize that you are still stopping to use the cell phone or drink out of a bottle.
Oh no, I broke that already.
For real?
Yeah.
Oh, you a piece of shit.
I had 2 tornadoes today, and I was walking right through the PX them joints. Yeah, I broke that one a long time ago.
Oh shit, yo, because I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. I still catch myself doing that, like stopping to drink out of a bottle.
Yeah.
Or stopping to use the
That's
cell
a
phone.
thing.
Yeah.
I was like, you couldn't do that in the military.
Drink out of a bottle?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's like unprofessional almost.
Oh my God.
Stop it. Get some help.
You're unsat. Unsat. Yeah, but it's like,
I mean, I know about the cell phone, but never heard about the bottle thing.
it's so many small things, bro. Like, yo, morning colors. You love that shit, dog.
No, well,
you love that shit.
I got a routine, B. I get up, come down, and I gotta open all the blinds in the house. So I guess that would be my thing. All the blinds so I can get the sunlight in.
Because can you hear that from your house?
No, I hear the bombs going off, the artillery, all that.
Okay. You don't hear morning colors though. Okay, good.
Nah, you ain't gonna catch me out on that.
But not like just going on the base and hearing that, like, because you've been hearing it for 26 years.
Yeah.
You aren't going to hear it. It stops. It's over. It's done. It's done, bro.
Wow.
It's about to be his ringtone.
Sarge. That's a wrap.
His alarm.
Nobody's calling you Sarge anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm not.
Or top or whatever they call you. They're not. Nah, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy.
I see the cats still walking around with their first class hats on they hats and whatnot. The rank on their hats. I seen a cat at the beach like that the other day. I'm like, you've been out there. He left Vietnam a long time ago.
I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man.
That's what they're gonna tell you when you go to the gym. Cause now you're like the old guy now. You ever seen the movie? You ever seen the movie? I want to say it was like what, Battlefield LA?
Battlefield, the one where they had a skate.
Yeah. No. They had the alien invasion in LA. And they had this old Sarge, and he had the young recruits out there with him. He was the one leading them, but they were like blowing by him in the fucking morning runs and all that shit. But he was like the guy that had to lead them in the war against the aliens, bro. So when the aliens come, we know we got your motherfucking ass.
Yeah.
But until then, you got to stay on the shelf there, Grandpa.
Yeah, I do feel that. I feel that in my everyday thinking. I relate back to The Godfather. Remember when they kicked off and they had to fire Tom, and they said, Tom, you're a peacetime consigliere, and right now we at war, so we need to do things a whole lot different. That I actually said at the Monica around the house. I said, I'm a wartime consigliere. You're a peacetime, so you handle these things around here a lot different. But you call me when it's time to go, because I got you, because I handle things at a high rate of like it needs to happen now. If something needs to be done, it needs to be done now. If I say it needs to be done now, like every decision counts.
And modern problems require modern solutions.
Yeah, so I'll have to unlearn that or relax on that. And then I don't want to be that. I do not. We'll see when I get to my first job. I'm gonna have to work around because I don't want to be that guy that goes to the civilian side, and like the boss needs something done, and I'm like, all right, guys, we got to get it done. We got to do that, and all these little young kids are looking at me like,
yo, you look like the type, bro.
Chill out, Pop.
Sadira. Does Calvin look like that? Is Calvin that guy? He looks like that guy.
I don't know.
No, I'm laid back. I just know when to step in and when not to. And then if I got to step in, you don't fucked up because now I'm doing it my way. But
yeah.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
That's a Dr. Phil.
Cause that was my thing. The whole like when something has to get done, like I feel like I have to do it, and you try to take ownership of everything, and bro, I got so stressed out.
That's my
I
problem.
called y'all about it. I called y'all about it, but I got so stressed out worrying about things about my job, and it's like you don't even get in trouble if it doesn't get done. You know what I'm saying? Like when it doesn't get done,
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
nobody cares, right? Because it's not your job. It's not your responsibility. It's like somebody else gets paid to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and once I learned that, that's when, you know, that's when.
Oh my God! Wow! Oh my God!
Yo, that's when shit became great because it was like I was independent. I was free from that fear that I had to take ownership of everything. You know what I'm saying? And that changed my mental health, bro. You see the fucking dimples, man. You know, I'm welterweight Meacham right now. I'm 178, dog. I'm out here looking like I went from looking like Francis Ngannou to goddamn yo, I went from looking like Francis Ngannou to fucking Leon Edward.
Oh my God.
Fucking Israel Adesanya. No, because I was 220, bro. I was 220. I was big as shit. But I was muscle. I was big as fuck.
Yeah.
I was big as shit. I seen the photos, you know what I'm saying? But nah, that was all stress because I had to work out to like manage my stress, man. You know.
Yeah, that's what I'm finding out. I did that. I had that problem. I was in the class for 2 weeks, two different classes for 2 weeks, and I don't feel sorry. They get paid for them, but I think it's that thing of taking ownership. Like we in the class, it's a virtual class. Teacher just briefing by PowerPoint, but then he gets that one time where he called, "Hey, so somebody tell me about this," and it's fucking radio silence. And I'm like, ain't nobody gonna say nothing. You know, I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing, and then I'll chime in and just to keep it going because I'm like, come on, man. At least I had to have a participation award or something.
Yeah,
that was crazy. But I'm like, hey, asking somebody says, and it's a class of seniors, and nobody gonna say nothing. So I chimed in. I made sure to keep the class going. But I kind of felt like, yo, I don't say nothing. Then the structure of the class could change. You could say, everybody put the camera on. I need y'all to be here, blah, 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 anything. And it's like, come on, somebody just help out.
I'm about to end this man's whole career.
Yo, and you got to do that sometimes. And I learned that during those classes. And the one thing I tell people that are going through that transition or doing anything like that, you have to be selfish and you have to think about yourself. And when you're doing stuff like that, it's all about you getting the reps in, right? Because you got to be used to doing that in normal ass meetings or interviews, things like that, getting those reps in on camera, introducing yourself, briefing topics quickly, all that quick strike transition stuff, but doing it in a civilian way. So always be that guy, raising the hand, offering that anecdote or whatever, because it's going to make it so much easier just to give that elevator pitch, you know. And it's about getting those reps in right now because you're used to giving orders direct. Like your communication is so jacked up right now. Like you used to giving orders directly, somebody repeating that back, going and doing it, and then telling you that they did it. Now you'll tell somebody they did something, and you'll tell somebody to do something, you're never going to hear from them again. They'll just do it and just won't tell you anything because that's all they have to do is their job. You know what I'm saying? Like you got people that'll work for you, and you never know what they do. They'll just see a spreadsheet and it's like, and the job is done and you got to trust it. And you'll go inspect it and it's done. You're like, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that you were so used to being needed and so used to having to trust, but verify and check everything. And now it's just like, it's people literally doing their jobs and going home.
As long as you're in the leader, as long as I'm not in the leadership position, because then it still falls on you. So then it's still trust but verify.
Oh well, you're not going to be in a leadership position. You're gonna be one of those drones now, one of those ants. But you're used to being super important, and what you're going to have to break free from is that desire to be needed, that desire to be validated, that desire to feel like your job is important, that desire to feel like you matter, that desire to feel like job satisfaction, is important to you at this stage in your career. Because that's going to be something that you're going to think about. Like, the job that I do has to matter and be important. And I want to like going to work and blah, 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 blah. And I want to be heard and have a voice. And you're going to feel that way until you realize it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't. It just doesn't, right? It's not going to affect how much you get paid at all. You know what I'm saying? So you could do the same job and be like Johnny Football and the captain of the football team and the superhero and never get promoted. And the guy next to you could just do their job and they could just be the best and get promoted every time. And none of that matters. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. And you'll learn that quick. But the thing is that you got to find a different sense of value in whatever it is you do. Right. And it's never going to be about the job. Right. It's never going to be that profession. Never going to be the job.
I have to find a whole new routine, because before I wake up, go do some PT, check in, and now it's like, all right, like you said, I'm waking up to the birds chirping. I'm still up at 6:30.
Yo, the birds is nice, man. The birds sound so lovely.
Yeah, you ain't lying. But then it's like, all right, I got 2 hours. I have 3 hours before this class start. Or it's like, but no, or when I get to work, and I might not have to be to work till like 8:30. Well, I'm up at 6:30, and it's like, what do I occupy this time with?
Oh, watching the news, reading in the morning, watching the news, reading the newspaper. I'm back to doing all that old school. I go walk.
Yeah.
Get a coffee. We got a bakery. Like, 'cause you've been to the little Spanish spots around the corner. We got a bakery over there. I go get like a coffee and a little Danish, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because Teba go to school, she go to daycare. And then I got a whole day free until 2:30.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 meetings, hour a piece. The rest of the day is mine.
Yeah. Well, I know what I'm going to do. That one, because I'm obviously getting Kiara ready for college, so we did going to these orientations and whatnot. And at this age, college is lit. They got all these resources and all these classes of stuff that I just want to do. I'm like, yo, I'm about to enroll. I'm about to stomp the yard of something out this mug.
Yeah. Definitely. And that's the question I want to pose to the audience as well. So if you're listening at home, I want you to think about over the past year, the past 365 days, June 2022 to June 2023. What's something that you felt that you were imprisoned by or a slave to, and what's something that you overcame or broke free from, and what's going to be the thing going into the 2024? What are you going to break free from? Where are you going to get that independence from? And how is that going to affect your mental health? Because I'm going to tell you right now, you see the hair is nice and thick, nice and dark. The beard is looking nice. Got the little soul patch right here. You see the cheekbones, the definition. This is HD. Handsome dude. You know what I mean? Yo. But life is good, man. Life is good. But I have a question for you guys. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have a question for you guys. What are you doing to sharpen your minds and your bodies? Not just for this summer, but for all the summers that you have left. And so while you guys ponder that question, I'm gonna play a little song by my guy, Large Professor, featuring the other guy, the legendary guy, Nas. It's called Stay Chiseled.
Stay chiseled like a box of white beater by Fila. Lou Ferrigno, Arnold Schwarzenegger type stilo. Stay chiseled, check your paper, nigga. Bring the bar to your chest, then push it up harder than the rest. Stay chiseled, precisely cup, sharp the fuck. You thought this was a game? We came to charge you up. So take it to the brain, lay peoples. Know how to throw them things, swift on them toes, knockout blows. So stay chiseled.
Hey yo, Nas, I was telling them niggas on the Ave the same shit the other day.
Right.
Kids gotta stay sharp.
No doubt.
or stay chiseled?
Chisel, yo, performing chest naked. I'm looking sharp for the peoples, not in my physical form. Strong thoughts, I'm cock diesel, brolic with knowledge, so flow with me. Intelligence benching, 4,000 and 450, like a dumbbell L. Inhale and hit a lunch bell ring, sweating, working up an appetite setting. Mental calisthenics got my mind stretching, then I release it. Have my whole frame bulging under diamond pieces. Take the weight of the world on my shoulders, I hold it, so I consume most of the pain for my niggas I roll with. Cause see, the streets ain't no Gold's Gym, Poppy. And if I feel it going down, then my niggas will spot me. Without the mind, the body weight don't even mean nothing. Let's take 3 brothers and put them in the Bing or something. Who's gonna survive, the wise man, the fool, or the warrior? Well, if all of their minds are chiseled, then all of them stay chiseled like a box of white beater by Fila. Lou Ferrigno, Arnold Schwarzenegger type stilo. Stay chiseled, check your paper, nigga. Bring the bar to your chest, then push it up harder than the rest. Stay chiseled, precisely cup, sharp the fuck. You thought this was a game, we came to charge you up. So take it to the brain, lay peoples. Know how to throw them things, swift on them toes, knockout blows. So stay chiseled.
Yeah. Sadira, can you hear me out there? You can hear me? Did the sound cut off at all?
No.
Oh my God, no technical difficulties? Wow, I'm doing okay. I mean, we didn't start on time, but flag it.
I don't know where Calvin went.
He probably went to go restart so we could fix his microphone.
Oh.
But that song, Stay Chiseled, it always reminds me to not only sharpen, the body and the mind, and so one of the things that is the most obvious things about my transformation over the past year or two with this podcast has been physical, right? You see me go through different hair transitions, body sizes, things of that nature, facial hair, everything. You've seen my smile change, everything, right? And so along that, you still have to sharpen your mind. You still have to chisel your mind, just like a sculpture, the same way you sharpen your body, And so I know everybody's working on their summer body, getting it right. Everybody's looking to lose excess weight, excess baggage, excess poundage. And so my question to you guys is, what are you doing to chisel your minds, chisel your bodies, chisel your spirits for not just this summer, but the summers you have left? And so while you're thinking about that, I'll go ahead and share with you what I'm doing. So for me, I've been off the pod for a while, right? And so with that being said, I still had the need to talk, right? So I went back into, therapy, meeting at a regular basis, weekly. And, we covered everything that I went through in the past year, a good little retrospective, a good little hot water wash down. You know what I'm saying?
Hot water wash down.
Yeah. And so, and it's good to do things like that, man, because as good as you think you see the corners and you see what's under the rug, some people, they see things that you don't see. And it's like, I tell people about the concept of the Johari window where, you only see, your perspective and your vision, and you see the information that you're willing to accept from others. And then you have, your blind spot, and then the information that you're able to interpret, and you're able to close that blind spot. And so by telling, a therapist just about what's going on, I'm able to get a completely different perspective about, the way that I'm thinking, the way that I'm acting, the way that I'm feeling, reacting to stuff, along with that, I went and got a secondary job, a couple of them. Some I can't talk about on the podcast because I'm not trying to go to jail. However, what I will say is that work is cool, man. Like after doing something that has been, mentally intensive for 16, 20 years, essentially, to doing actual physical labor, like manual labor, service labor, that kind of stuff. It felt rewarding. People said, thank you. Like I've helped people negotiate settlements for contracts for hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they've never said thank you. And people like, you bring somebody a package, you bring somebody an iPhone, and they're like, yo, man, thank you. And here's $25 on top of what I already paid you. Yeah. Wow. Yo.
Oh my God. Wow.
You wonder why the podcast was gone for more than 30 days. I was making money, dog. Yo, and I had mad wild shit happen. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of wild stuff. But during that time, I still had to sharpen my mind. Before, you know, you had the podcast, I'm able to sharpen my perspective against those of others. But now it's like, if I don't have those conversations, I have to go seek that professionally. You know, I have to invite others into my sphere, into my circle of friends, circle of conversations, things like that. You know, so hey, you know, so I've been talking to some women platonically, some not platonically, you know, and getting a lot more perspectives. So you'll see a few more women guests on the show, you know, in the future. So be aware of that. But, you know, the thing is that just like, you know, I'm sitting here trying to lose excess weight physically, you also have to lose excess weight mentally, you know. Sometimes you get burdened by guilt, you know, or by regret, things of that nature. If you hold on to that, that can weigh you down. You know, that's like having an extra 40 pounds on you. You might as well have a gut at that point. You can't do anything. And so with that, you know, you have to talk to people about that. You know, sometimes a lot of us are holding on to guilt we don't even know about for shit that's not even our fault. But because we haven't talked about it, we haven't resolved it, we haven't like had a conversation with the person that involved, like we're still holding on to that, man. So I did some of that over these 2-3 months, you know, but that doesn't stop, you know, because just like, you know, a dinosaur, if we don't evolve, we'll die, you know. So we have to continue to evolve, continue to chisel, continue to sharpen the mind, continue to sharpen the body, you know. So just like folks is out there, you know, that they're going out there, going under the knife, you know, and they're getting plastic surgery, things like that. That may be a shortcut, but there's no shortcut to, you know, sharpening your mind, sharpening your spirit, you know. So now I pose the question to you guys. For y'all, how do you guys, or what is something that you guys would like to chisel, you guys would like to sharpen, whether it's mentally, physically, spiritually?
I guess I'll go with that one. Well, physically, I definitely got to chisel this body. We got to cut loose of this dad bod or this dad belly. I'll tell you that. So I pulled out, you know, got our gym back, home gym. I even dug up one. I can't function properly in a messy environment, so I had to clean the office up, get a lot of stuff done, and then I ended up pulling out an old little fat belly working out, easy light workout that I pulled out of Men's Health. Just one sheet, nothing crazy. And I'm like, yeah, I can do this. You know,
so I got back on it.
Yeah.
Men's Health magazine, boy.
Started that back up, and it ain't like I think it's like some of the stuff that you sent me: kettlebells, dumbbells, body weight. Not, I don't have to travel to do this stuff, but like once you going through this transition, and it's like, all right, yeah, I gotta find a new routine. Exercise is a must. I was talking to my neighbor Frank. Frank got chickens. He's a pastor. But Frank went and got some chickens, some that he's going to fry up and eat, and then some that he wants to for eggs and stuff. They started
macaroni with the chicken strips.
But yeah, he was talking, and he would go to the church all day, come home, and then he'd sitting down and just sitting and eating. And he was wondering why he was hurting. His body was hurting. So he ultimately, his goal is to be self-sustainable. So he went and got chickens, started up the garden and whatnot, and he started noticing a lot of his pains and stuff was going away because he was consistently moving and working his body. And I'm like, Frank, we like sharks, man. we can't stop. And just talking to him, I realized it about myself. Like, hey, I know you about to retire, but this is where you got to step it up. You know, I guess it ain't about getting rich. It's about staying rich, you know, so I got to maintain this. So I got to keep moving and whatnot. So yeah, that mentally, like I said, just going through the process of trying to get Kiera into college, it's like, oh shoot, it's a whole nother world of stuff out here that if I want to better this skill, oh, this college has a whole podcast studio. Oh, they got on Apple products. The one beautiful thing that I love is with her being a student, I get access to all the Adobe products, all the Premiere Pro, all the Final, all that stuff. So I'm like, oh, it's gang. It's time to learn. So keeping the mind sharp, keeping the body sharp. Transitioning from this job to this civilian world, we're going to get the finances sharp. I had started that earlier just because kind of like with Sadira, that's why I asked you that question. Not having forced me to, all right, I'm going to get, but then I don't want to lose it so easily. So it's hard, it's hard for me to give up. So if I don't save for my BS, then I ain't getting it. So that's what I'm shedding and sharpening, I guess.
Yeah, it's like what Jay-Z said, man. If you can't buy it twice, don't buy it at all.
Buy it at all, yeah.
So what about you, Sadira?
First, I'm gonna say I'm tired, so I'm probably gonna go after this.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
But I think I told you guys a couple weeks ago that I was starting my weight loss journey, right? I've lost 10 pounds in 4 weeks, and I am using assistance, if you want to call it that, the Wegovy
You are using
injection.
performance enhancing drugs.
I don't, it ain't performance enhancing. It's stop eating.
Yeah.
That's what it is. But yeah, that's what I'm using to help with my weight loss. So lucky enough, my insurance covers it. I don't have to pay a whole heck of a lot of money. I qualified, right? Qualified for the little weight loss program, which is also why I'm so tired, because I did my injection yesterday and I actually went up in the dose. So I'm tired. It does cause you to be tired. So I'm gonna go after this, but that's what I'm doing. But like I said, I've lost 10 pounds in 4 weeks so far. So it is helping with the appetite suppression. I started working out again in the morning. Y'all know I used to work out all the time, lifting weights, and I used to do it all and then fell off. So I'm getting back to it. Ready to get back to, everything I was doing before, but it's a start, which is all I'm looking for. So, and then I got to sage my house because I got all the negative paraphernalia out finally. I bought a smudge stick and everything, the little bowl and everything.
That's what's up.
Yes, yep. About to sage the house, get all the negative energy out. And then
you got to get one of those vibration bowls too. Those are awesome.
That's what I was laughing about. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, I can get one of those. But yeah, I'm working on cleaning up, everything. And like I've already long time ago made a decision that I don't tolerate any type of negativity in my life. So, that part I'm already good with. Now it's just getting myself to where I need to be. So physically, emotionally, still working on that, and got somebody who's supportive and working along with me to get there. So X-Files.
So here's the question. What are you doing to sharpen or chisel yourself emotionally or mentally? Because you're in a new relationship. You guys have real life situations. what are you doing to prepare yourself for that?
I think, well, for me, I think we've kind of gotten past that point already. There's obviously things that we still discuss, just keeping lines of communication open, but we talked about a lot of important things up front, right? And just got it out the way because I was at the point where I was done wasting time, right? So, that's those conversations were had up front. What do you want? Is, this is how this is. This is what I believe, blah, blah, blah. And then just went from there. The thing that we continue to work on now is adjusting to each other's lives, right? We both had lives prior to coming into it. We both have kids. We both have, and this each just one kid each, but different schedules, different, whatever, just trying to make it work. So it's been a little challenging, not too challenging. But we're making it work. The summer is nice because, like I mentioned earlier, Faith is gone. I miss her. I do. But, it gives me a little bit of freedom to do things. But it also allows us to be able to do a little bit more, go out, travel a little bit, do dates, things like that. So we're still building in that sense. But it's working out. And like I said, we're just trying to juggle other things. Like now he's here. He's been here all week. So yeah, spending time together. And y'all know I bowl. He comes and supports me at the bowling alley. I'm on the podcast. He's not like hovering or, oh, what are you doing? Like, get off. No, he wants. He still wants me.
Because if he came on camera, he'd roast his ass.
He's making me popcorn right now.
Good.
Yeah, he's coming to make me some popcorn.
Good job.
So, but we have fun. So it's all good.
Good stuff.
Yeah, we were in the kitchen the other night playing old school songs and singing and dancing with each other. So
acting like a real old couple here.
Right.
Wait. That Marvin Gaye.
That's funny. Yeah. But it's all good.
Well, that's good to hear. With that being said, you're getting out of here. So would you like to let the pod know anything before we dip out of here? I'll have your camera in the hopefully. If I'm lying, I'll have your camera in the mail next week. They're both in the boxes
next week.
They're in the boxes.
Yeah, we saw the picture.
Yeah, they're in the boxes, brand new right here. Same joint that I got, auto foil, like good stuff. Yeah, but they'll be in the mail.
But no, all I'll say to the people is protect your mental space and be mindful of the energies you allow in your life. It's important. Yes.
Yeah, be mindful of the energies. That's women always talking about fucking energy.
Man, it's a real thing. Like
be mindful of the energy. Y'all motherfuckers don't know shit about no goddamn energy. Y'all don't pay no fucking light bills. Talk about be mindful of the energy.
Whoa.
Motherfucker leave every goddamn light in the house on and shit.
No.
Everything plugged in.
I bought battery operated solar lights just so I don't have to keep my hallway light on.
Battery operated solar light.
Yeah, I put them on the baseboards in the hallway because Faith likes to leave the bathroom light on blaring all night.
No, those are good. Like, those are great for kids.
Yeah. So I bought the solar light. So when she opens her door, they're motion activated. It lights up the hallway so it's not dark. And then she don't got to leave my lights on all night. So
I like that.
Yeah, because you got people like me that'll just like bump into stuff, just walking through, knocking stuff over. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. So the question I have, and you can think about this, and you can just respond in the chat, Sadira, on the way out. And for the rest of the folks, and then Calvin, This will be for us. So I recently dated a young lady, and we ended the relationship. One of the reasons because she did not like the financial commitment that I was willing to make prior to a relationship commitment. And I'll just leave it at that. And so with that being said, we'll get into the next tune by Heavy D and the Boys.
That's what it sounds like.
I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby.
What you got?
I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I know you want lots of Jews and stuff. Backyards with swimming pools, bars with stools and stuff, fancy foods. Lobster, sushi, yeah, Versace, Gucci, crazy Lucci. I know your ammo, you do demo on a paycheck. You get a herb from the bird and show him no respect. Middle name, price tag, first name, gotcha. Started slow, got on a roll, now they can't stop ya. Talking about, hey boo, how you do? Some clown uptown said you ran through his crew. I give you props and your credit cause it's due. But I ain't that clown and my crew ain't that crew. Time's too hard to be faking like I'm dating on some staking. Whining and dining, I ain't tricking on no chicken. Leave it up to me, I close the whole damn store on you. I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love for you, baby.
What you got?
I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I'm not your H-E-R-B, but I'm your H-E-A-V. Y-D, don't test me, don't ask me for nothing. For Nathan's, for Jack, for Doodly Squad. You can do me not. You plan on plotting on who be hot and trying to hit the slot. I know you're low pro style, you're low ho profile. Kick a brother in the gut and then you smile. I must admit, I really dig your operation. Every time we on the phone, you got the sexy conversation. So now you hope to be the woman of my dream. And while I'm sleeping, you be creeping, robbing me clean. I see you hanging on the corners with the rest of your girl crew. Standing by the gutter with your booty cutters. So who's the honey dip? Down with the money grip. Always got a plan and a scam to get some money quick. Always getting with the next man, the one with the checks and setting up the trap with the sex. I got nothing but love for you, baby.
What you got?
I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. You give me feelings like I'm dealing with a crooked hand. You got a grand from a man cause you shook his hand. You well known in the streets and the gutters. So fly when you caught my eye, you made me stutter. You come around with your curls and your pretty pearls. Even been around the world, so you go, girl. But where's the love at? Tell me where's the hugs at? Acting like a rug rat, I know where you bumped at. Don't try to gas me, girl, I know the streets well. You're money hungry and you make a trick or treat sell. So leave it up to me, I close the whole damn store on you. I got nothing but love for you. I got nothing but love for you, baby.
What you got?
I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey. I got nothing but love for you, baby. I got nothing but love for you, honey.
And so I want to go ahead and get into the story. I want to go ahead and get into the story. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Right.
I got you.
So I had a whirlwind romance with a young lady I was dating. We won't get into name specifics, things like that. But we'll get into the straw that broke the camel's back. Right. So for me, if we're dating and we're dating exclusively, I like that to be known, to be codified, to be a thing that we both agree on. Right. Because I don't like to put energy into something fruitless. right? I'm not trying to toil in a garden I'm not going to be able to get fruit from, right? And so for me, I'm not going to date multiple people seriously, right? If I'm out here just smashing and scraping, yeah. But I'm not, I'm not about to be laying up with you. I'm not staying over. I'm not about to meet your kid, right? And so she was wanting to take steps like that, me staying over, me leaving stuff at the house, her trying to like make space in a drawer, her having me meet her kid, her trying to have our kids meet, trying to have mine go to her kid's birthday party. I asked the question, how are you going to introduce me?
Oh, she ain't saying this is my friend.
Yeah. So you want me to do all these relationship type, man, boyfriend type, this is my man, I'm his lady type things, but you introduce me as a friend. So now what kind of pride am I going to take in that job? Or why would I even want to do that job at that point? If you can't even say this is the person doing that job, we're grown. Yeah. I don't care what the fuck your family thinks. We're grown. We've all made mistakes. I'm not one of them.
I was about to say, I'm not no mistake.
I'm damn sure not one of them. Right. So if you're not going to if you're not going to give me what I want, why should I give you what you want? Right. When something that I want is simple, but you want something financial. So her thing was, she had to pay for her babysitter 2 times. And we went out. And for me, I haven't been using my card for anything. I just been using cash, right? For all transactions, all my Apple Pay, right? And so long story short, I had cash on me, had to go out to a restaurant, went to the restaurant, paid the bill in cash. She wanted to go to a wine bar afterwards. I don't drink. All right, podcast. I don't drink alcohol. This shit is called Cognac Stories. I have not had alcohol in the longest time, with the exception of going to like a friendly gathering and having the sip or two, right? But nothing like I don't have alcohol in the house. I don't go out and drink. I don't buy drinks in bars. Haven't done that in the longest. And that's been a problem for women. Me not drinking, because now it puts them
in a problem.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, well, what do I do? If he's not drinking and I'm drinking, what do I do?
It almost makes me look bad.
You're damn right it does.
Yeah.
Because I can do this without drinking. I'm me without the alcohol. I'm me without a joint. I'm me.
Yeah.
Who are you? And so she wanted to go to a wine bar afterwards. So we go to the wine bar. She orders 2 drinks. The bill comes out. I let the bill sit there until she pays for it. She pays for the drinks. We go back to the crib. I end up leaving that night. And then like 2 days later, she sends me a text and she's like, she didn't feel like it was right that she had to pay for her drinks. And then she started like saying she insinuated that she had to pay for a date at one point, which she didn't. And that was it. And so I'm like, all right, I know it's the end of the month. You might be on your cycle or some shit like that, right? I'm gonna let you think about this decision, right? I'm gonna let you sit with your buyer's remorse and not do something you regret. I let her get 48 hours. After that, you know what I'm saying? Gotta go. You know what I'm saying? To me, at that point, it's done. And then and so I sent her a refund. Apple paid her $250, and that was the cost for the babysitters that she paid for the night, and the cost of those drinks at the wine bar. And I sent her a little poem because she loves my poetry. And I sent her a little poem.
Not to interrupt, did she know that you didn't drink?
Yes.
Like she know, like he don't drink.
Every time we went out, I didn't drink. Every time we went out, I didn't drink. And that was one of the reasons why she liked me, because her ex was an alcoholic.
Yeah.
And I didn't drink.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I sent her a little refund, sent her a little poem, and it said a dream deferred, a debt return, the value of a man, a lesson learned. And she didn't like that too much. But I'm like, yo, if you pocket watching like that, you saying, yo, I had to pay for my babysitter. Who the fuck is supposed to pay for babysitter?
That, yeah. That one you might have said.
Like, what the fuck? Who mentions that? Like, I had to pay for my babysitter. That's not my kid, dog.
Yeah.
First off, that's not my kid. You know what I'm saying? You saying that shit.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
Not my responsibility, right? So why? So you throwing you mentioning that I'm already good. I'm like, up, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Because if we dated after this, you would probably expect me to pay for that shit, right? So my response, so if I respond to that shit, trying to salvage that relationship, that's what I'm fucking giving. That's what I'm saying now is that I am going to, that in order to continue this relationship, I'm going to pay for your babysitters now. Because that's what the play is. Yeah. Is like, I don't think I can continue this relationship if I have to do this. Okay, well, you don't have to do that because you don't got to be in a relationship.
Yeah,
ain't no if.
Yeah, short of us being in like something serious where we obviously are combining some funds or something like that, or hey, I plan this trip. I know it's out of your cycle, but I'm gonna front your babysitter so that you can go on this trip with me. Short of that, pay your damn babysitter, or say you can't go out tonight, and you do something else.
Listen, man. So my question is, what is the expected financial commitment before a relationship commitment? Because men already get hit with the financial expectation of paying for every bill, every meal. Because I've had women straight up tell me that every meal they go out with a guy should pay for every meal. A guy should pay for every drink. And we know women go out and just get shit paid for all the time, with no intention of giving the guy any kind of romantic action period. Right.
This is the lobster side of the menu. You eat off this menu, you got to give up the cheeks.
And so my thing is that if you don't want guys to expect that kind of thing, right, in return, on some like Nas, you owe me type shit, what is the expected financial investment for dating, right? If you don't want a man to expect something sexually, well, how much financially should you expect him to invest? Right. Or just period. If you're not in a relationship at all, why should you expect a man to pay for everything?
You should not. You should not. Now you should expect him to pay for his stuff. I know,
because that's what we've been doing for years.
I say that. Yeah. And of course, how I was raised, so we were raised as, chivalry's not dead. So we came up that old school way. A man pays for everything.
Who told me to do that?
Nobody told you. I learned that shit.
Bruce never told me to do that shit, man.
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to him.
We learned it from TV, from movies, and all that other shit. That's how that's how I got my education.
Like, man, you let Terry bone.
I look way better than him. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. I pulled that. I said that exact thing. Oh my God. Now that I think of it, I'm not putting no names out there, but I know for a fact that because I was getting not the brush, but I was, they trying to hit me with the Steve Harvey 90 days, 120 days. And I'm like,
Lord have mercy. We must stay focused, brothers. We must stay focused.
I'm like, yo, you were just dating him and you let him do this, da. Like that came out of my mouth, my unrefined, not knowing anything. But I definitely said, you let Terry bone. And I got checked promptly. But yeah. No, you should not. Now, knowing what I know now, like what I would tell my son, get to know her. Cheap dates or frugal dates, but don't go out here leading with your cash, because you will get taken advantage of by somebody who just wants. I know girls now that I'm gonna call this dude up just because I want to go eat at this restaurant, and they know a sucker that'll pay for said restaurant. And all right, thanks, we had a good time, and friend zone again. So hell no, leave with your mind. Do not leave with your cash, and then you get into something serious, and you start talking that talk.
Yeah, because let me tell you, man, like I broke free from that right? Because like, I used to have a starter pack, bro. You know what I mean? And hey, and that it worked till it didn't. It worked till it didn't, and it's you gotta assess things. So, I changed the whole strategy up and the yields, better results, but then it's like, all right, it's still the same type of issues now. It's like, all right, well, you killing them with conversation, you get them off game, things like that. At the end of the day, they still trying to pocket watch. So it's like, all right, well, if yo, you sitting here, you're giving me the goods, right? I ain't paid nothing for the cookie. I'm getting it off the game, right? I'm in here laid up with you. You making plans 6 months down the road. That's cool. I ain't spent shit, as it should be, right? But yo, all you got to do is say, yo, this is my man. And I'll open up everything to you. Because a man has to have confidence, right? Yeah. And if I don't have confidence in you, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get the best version of me.
Yeah.
How can I be me around your friends when you can't tell your friends who I am to you?
Especially when I know myself.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. If I was still trying to find my way, or I'm coming out of a breakup and I'm unsure about myself, but don't let me be I'm confident in myself. So I definitely have to be confident in my position with you. If not, then you will be treated accordingly because I know myself. I know my worth.
Exactly. So you can say, hey, this is what, I had to pay for a babysitter XYZ, but it's like, yo, I know what my message book looks like. I know what my black books looks like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. GTD got the draws. Yeah, that's what my shit looks like right now. And I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna tell you right now, the playbook is this: first date, museum; second date, we going to the coffee spot; third date, we going to the record store. You know what I'm saying? I ain't spending more than $20 none of them motherfucking dates. And them motherfuckers last 3-4 hours a piece.
Yeah, that's good.
You know what I'm saying?
You see what you find out how refined somebody is or what they know. Give me
because what the fuck we need to sit down and eat dinner? I don't even like dinner. Why do we need to sit down and eat dinner? Like, why do we need to go to some jazz club or whatever? It's loud as fuck in there. I'm trying to talk to you.
Yeah, unless
that's
that's like fourth or fifth date. When we know each other, we comfortable with each other. Let's go hear some music. This is your favorite band because we've already talked. We both like music.
Yeah,
and we'll go somewhere and hear some music, and it'll be that comfortable silence. I ain't trying to get to know. So, what's your favorite color? We ain't trying to do that shit.
Exactly. And my thing is that I've been down this road before, so it's very easy just to let it go. And it's like I was telling Sadira before. I was like, yo, like, motherfuckers still looking at my page and shit and going on my IG stories and texting the motherfucker when my daughter starts school and shit. And it's like, well, how do you want me to respond? I could be a dick, you know what I'm saying? Or I could just give you the thumbs up on a text message, but it's like, yo, like, all right, cool. But it's like, you let it go.
Yeah.
You freed yourself from this, baby. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm able to do and listen, man, let me tell you. They like the dimples. You know what I'm saying?
They like the dimples.
They like the dimples. They like that I'm 6 feet. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They like that. They like that I could take my shirt off at the pool, which I've been doing a lot lately. You know what I'm saying?
Is it like that? Or is it just me? The shirt's coming off.
Nah, man, because it's just like, yo, like what it is about confidence, right, in your body, or just confidence in yourself, or just confidence in knowing your value, right? Like what you said. And it's like if you know your value as a woman and you're like, yo, I shouldn't have to pay for X, Y, Z, ABC. As a man, I don't have to pay for pussy. You know what I'm saying? And let me tell you, I don't have to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I never had to pay for it, and I damn sure don't now. Like now it's free. You know what I'm saying? Now it's free. Like now it's like it's like it's a problem now. You know what I'm saying? Now it's a problem. Motherfucker got back problems for a different reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, the fuck is going on? Shit. That's the routine I got to get out of is because I haven't worked out in a while. So you can't just jump into a 25-minute session you know,
Yeah.
with a young stallion that's out here doing fucking orange theory and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like you gonna be out here like Pops. You know what I'm saying? Or like old boy Uncle from Friday at the Next when he passed out in like 5 minutes.
Uncle Elroy.
No, 'cause I'm gonna tell you right now, I definitely had one of them, man. I'm gonna tell you right now. Shout out to you. Less than a minute, dog. Less than a minute. You know what I'm saying? Less than a minute, dog. Less than a minute, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Bang.
I redeemed myself. Bro. But I, you know what I'm saying? I was on that roll. And I ain't pregame properly.
Oh my God.
Yo, but that's the life, man. That's the life.
Yeah.
But no, so what is the financial expectation, man? Because should guys have a financial expectation? Are you even allowed to have a like what date should you expect your girl to pay?
Ooh, damn, what date should you expect?
When do you expect her to reach for that wallet? For me, it's day 3.
Day 3?
Mm-hmm.
Like, all right, I got these first 2. And then, okay, yeah. I guess it can be a conversation. It definitely needs to be a conversation because anything.
We gotta talk about that.
Hell yeah! If it's less unsaid, then she will assume that you got everything. So you can make it do conversation. Hey, I got these first 2, but on day number 3, you know what? I want you to pick something, and I want you to plan something out.
But what if she picks it? So let's say the day. Okay, so let's say you guys are dating and she's picking the spots.
Well, I mean, we're gonna have to talk about it. Now, I can say that knowing what I know now.
Yeah, no,
I can say that, and I can pitch this to the youngsters like, hey, don't leave it assumed. Talk about who's gonna pay. You can bring it.
Here's a real question. When did you get pissed off at a girl for not paying?
When did I get pissed off?
Or when did you get, or have you been in a situation like me where a motherfucker tried to pocket watch you or change check you about how much you're spending?
No, I have not. I can honestly
Oh my
say
God,
that.
you are so lucky.
I went because I did it off the old school rules. So one, I never talked about it, and then I just did it. So it was never really.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
Yeah, slightly.
You have to be to get it off the game. You have to be, because I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. Like, since like I've been having like the worst luck in general, just in life, right? In one area, right? In one area on 4 wheels. That's it, right? But I'm gonna tell you right now, dog, this whole time off the pod with the women, your boy has been very successful. You know what I'm saying? And it's just off the game, it's just off the lip, bro. It's just off like getting those reps in, like I'm like going through the classes and being that guy that's like having a job. And because like the career I do now and the credit for 20 years, I didn't interact with women in a social way. And then when I was out, right, I'm always in like hunter mode, right? I ain't want to say predator mode because that's just creepy as hell, right? But nah, it's like you're on the prowl. Yeah, some goofy shit. Hunter. It's like, nah, you always out like trying to smash or some shit, right? But you can never just be in a casual chill mode. But then like when you're just working, just chilling, you're just like around people. And it's just like, and then when you just listen to people talk, it's like, yo, when you're hearing how they talk about other people, when you hear women talk about other men, that changes. That changes you. Like if you like,
I know how to do this, and I know to do this.
Well, you understand your value to women, right? Because I've heard women talk about men in a way where it's like, yo, she loves that guy. That guy has to be the greatest dude in the world. She loves that guy. And you're like, yo, you're happy. And then you'll hear someone and they'll talk about a guy and just how much they use them, and it's like they only call them for food or to move furniture, things like that, and they're never going to entertain him romantically at all. And the girls are just laughing about it and stuff like that, and they don't even care that you're there, that you can hear them. It's just like what, because they don't give a fuck about men, period. But then you'll hear like a woman come through and she'll just talk about her guy, right? And it's like, damn, y'all still out there, like y'all still fuck with us. We just don't see you guys, right? So then it's like you have this perspective that it's like a whole lot of these like succubus, right? These succubi. But yeah, no, it's like a lot of just normal everyday women that just want normal everyday dudes, right? And they're not involved in any of this shit. They're not aware of any of this shit. They have no idea what's going on, completely oblivious. But they're all falling victim to it because they end up dating the dudes that have the confidence, and those are the guys that are like the fucking Andrew Tate disciples and shit like that. So like they watch the show on MTV, the game where they teach you how to talk to girls and shit like that kind of thing. So they end up running to those guys, and then the guys that just like want normal women because the normal girls don't go out because they're sheltered. They're scared to go out because they don't want to run into those fucking F boys, right? They meet all the toxic girls. So it's this whole just pool of people just not interacting.
Yeah. Oh my God.
But you see them when you're in service to others because you see everybody else. You meet all these people that are just chilling at home, just doing shit.
Observe and just watch.
Yeah. Or you just go into their spaces, and you're just like, oh, y'all really just go to work and go home. And you don't go out unless somebody calls you. You know what I'm saying? And you're like, if somebody talked to you, like that would change your life. So I just start going out and just start talking to people the same way I did when I was a recruiter, right? I just strike up a conversation and see where it goes. Like no intention of like, yo, I'm going to get this girl. And like, nah, it's just like, yo, because I know no one's going to talk to you at all today. Right. Like I know this is just life. Yeah, right.
A bunch of these little Velmas, this little hide behind their glasses and their books. And
well, not just that, because it's just like, there's stratospheres of women, right? And so it's like, I'll talk to a 55-year-old woman because it's like she has a shit ton of knowledge and experience to offer me, and she'll give it to me just for me saying, "How's your day?" Right? And it's like I can just learn so much from her, just having a normal conversation and develop a platonic relationship with her, and be able to have a mutually beneficial relate because she's going to want somebody to come like change a fucking light bulb or some shit. I'm that strapping young dude that can do that, right? I am going to have to solicit expert life advice on how to deal with women, and I'm going to need to go to this older woman, right? And so it's like, yo, so you got to go out and so I went out and like made new women friends here. You know what I'm saying? And that is the wildest shit ever. Because it's like, well, how the fuck do you do that? How do you make it? This is something I talked about in the pod before. It's like, how do you make a new friend at 40? Everybody's so closed. You know what I'm saying?
You just got to be the one to say, hey, how's it going?
That's it. That's it.
That's it. Scan your items. Busy day today. Did you just started? You almost quit in time? That's the easy conversation starter.
Yo, the first thing is smiling at someone.
Yes.
If you just smile at somebody, like, they were like, oh, what the fuck?
What? You okay?
The fuck is, yeah.
Security.
like what you smiling at?
Yeah.
And anytime anybody asks, what am I smiling at? I always say you.
You.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you. I'm smiling at you. It's like, oh my God. You just disarm them. It could be, I mean, no homo, pause. It could be a guy, girl, whatever, right? Soon as you want to break that ice, just smile at somebody, man. Especially as a guy, as a black man, you smile. Yo, you turn an Idris Elba, dog. Like, I'm not even lying. I'm not lying. Fellas, this is for all guys. If you just smile at people, people will just do shit.
Raise your eyebrows.
Eyebrows down. Yo, I just been going around fucking smiling at people and shaking hands and giving like the little friend hugs and shit, or like the you women, you like shake the hand with both hands and they'll lean in, you lean in because they want to smell you, right? So you gotta have that motherfucking cologne, right? YSL, man, get that YSL. And so it's like, yo, I just been doing that, right? Because I'm around people of all levels, all castes of life. And it's like, yo, they're all doing the same shit, all going through the same shit. It's just different fucking tax brackets. That's it.
But at the general at the I don't know base level of it, people are people. Like you said, a smile goes a long way. How you doing? Yeah, that's
Yeah, because like
easy
I
win.
get asked all the time, man. Like, oh, like how do you talk to women? How do you meet people? Dog, I'm like a 6.5, bro. I'm above average looking guy, above average height. You know what I'm saying? Like it's above average, a bunch of categories. I'm not the best X-Men. I'm just the cool one, like Gambit. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the most powers, dog. Like I'm not the toughest. I'm not the good guy. I'm probably never going to be the leader. You know what I'm saying? I can lead if I have to. The bad guys, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, yo, I'm just the dude that has a lot of stories and a lot of experience. I can do some card tricks. That's it, right? And it's but that shit goes so fucking far. You know what I'm saying? Just because people want to be around that kind of energy, man. And so to all my fellas out there, man, like you always asking, like, how do you talk to women? How do you approach women? Like, because folks have seen me reposting some stories and they've seen some women in my stories, some of my past conquests. It's like, oh, Meech, how did you get that? With a fucking dad joke and a card trick, motherfucker. Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't have any game. It's just some women understand my story. That's it, man. That's it, bro. But yeah, man. And with that being said, I don't have nothing but love for you. So all you ladies, I'm sorry. I know you probably heard season 2 where I was giving the gift bags out. Every woman got a swag bag. That shit ain't happening this year. That shit ain't happening this year. I ain't got nothing but dick and hard bubble gum like Big L. You know what I'm saying? And they've been getting a lot of the fucking ladder, dog. Because I'm gonna tell you, first off, man, listen, man. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. When you see your pants fit differently, when you start to see a lot of room in the crotch, like when Kevin Arnold went to go buy some pants with his mom and she got him the husky joints and she was like, you need that room in the crotch. I'm gonna tell you right now, dog, when you start to drop the weight, bro, you are going to get a confidence back that no pill can provide, that no haircut can provide. Like and this is why I'm stressing this shit. Like with like when you get your diet in check, because I ain't worked out since October because I've been injured. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't worked out since October, bro, except for like horizontally, man. And it's just the diet, man. The diet, bro. And once you get that in check, everything else is easy. And you just got to be active. I'm active. I'm chasing the fucking 3-year-old, but it's like you just got to be active. And you're going to start to see your body go. You're going to look how you looked when you first joined the military, because all the stress that you carry is in your body, is stored. You got 20 years of fucking stress. Like the average person gains like 2 pounds to 2 to 3 pounds a year, right? After they turn like 21. So you figure that's been most of us, bro. Like I went from 155 to 220 over the course of 20 years. Right? Because you got the average weight that you gain and then the shit you put on from stress in the military. We got one of the most stressful jobs. So just from getting out and not knowing that you're not going to be sent overseas, not going to be recalled, nobody's going to ask you about did some X and such go to morning muster, you know, blah, 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 blah. Like that stress going away, that freedom you get, like your body is just going to naturally fucking change. Like your sleep improves, right? You sleep deeper. You sleep knowing that somebody else got it, right? Yeah. And then your body just starts healing itself, dog. It sounds crazy. Talk to your buddies that have been out for a while. Not the ones that went back into some stressful ass job. You know what I'm saying? The ones that are doing it the right way. They get to rest, man.
My man. Thomas, he looked good.
Because come out because everybody asked me, "Oh, Meech, you lost all the weight, and you look so good, and you look so bro." Like I didn't jump back into something stressful. I took the path of least resistance, man. Shit. I said, what is mentally easy? Like, what is not mentally draining? Because that energy has to go to creative endeavors, man. And that's the thing is like, dealing with a young lady first talking to him, you can't put all that energy into trying to impress her financially, right? So it's like, what other avenues are you going to explore? You're going to get into learn about her personality, learn about her family background, learn about where, she's weak and where you can help her out, learn what value you add to her, and that's how you get in.
Yeah, I'm about to say, because if you leave the other one, then where do you have to go? Especially
I'm gonna tell you right now,
vibing with you.
First dates been turning into coffee.
That's what's up.
I'm gonna just put it like that, man. First date's been turning into coffee just by, you know what? We're not going nowhere fancy. We're gonna go to a museum at 6 p.m. They stay open till the museum stay open till midnight here in DC now. So we're gonna go at 6:30, 7 o'clock. After you done did happy hour shit like that, you can tell your girls you're gonna meet me here. I don't want to drink. You know what I'm saying? We can go talk, walk, whatever. You can walk some calories off. Cause then 2 hours later, now you want to go chill. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, I've been Luke Caging them, dog. That's all I'm gonna say. I've been Luke Caging them. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know, bro. But yeah, man, that's for the fellas out there, bro, because this stuff ain't getting no easier for us. You see all the time fellas complaining about, oh, I gotta spend money, I gotta do this, I don't make enough money to get this type of woman. But you got dudes out there that have been getting it for free their entire lives.
They don't got nothing.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just off the conversation, just off the game, just off that confidence, and all you got to do is figure out what's the source of your confidence.
Your strong points.
Yeah. What's the source of your confidence? Like what's your why? And what's going to motivate you to take it to that next level.
Your passions. If you can find out your passions, you can speak. So you can talk to somebody and they can see that you love this, which makes them listen more. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, when you're passionate about something, you can make other people believe in it. Yeah. And then just because you believe in something, other people will believe in you and they'll believe in that idea, even if they don't understand it. And that's something that I've been learning about. Because I've been out here, back on the poetry circuit. There's a lot of independent poetry out here in DC. So I got to get back, got to get my reps in, got to get my feet wet. Got to get back. So
in front of the crowd yet?
Well, after my car gets fixed, I get that back next Friday. But yeah, after that, I can get back up with this videographer I'm working with. We're going to be shooting some material. So there's a new, you also, all of my music is coming off of everything this month or July. I'm taking everything down. If you didn't buy it yet, sucks to suck. But I'm taking everything down and I might release it again. I am releasing it again later on in the year. I have a new UK distributor. We're doing some things. But if you didn't buy it, you got about 10 days maybe, But yeah, man, doing some things. But, during the hiatus, I had a lot of time to just think, And I'm a big fan of the TV show The Office. You familiar with that?
Yeah.
I watched every season. The season I hate the most is the last season because it sucks. But one of the most poignant lines was said by Andy. And he said he wishes that he could go back in time and like tell himself that those were the good old days right then. Right. And so during this break, I just been assessing things, and I always say, like, there's no time like the present. What a time to be alive. This is the best time to be alive.
Be alive, yeah.
And I agree with that. And I'm looking at just in my life period, this is the best that it's ever been. And it's like that for nearly everyone. They just don't realize it yet because they're worried about so much stuff they can't control. But I've been having so many conversations with people, and I always talk to people like, yeah, I can travel through time. I can time travel. I've seen the future, seen the past. I know how it all ends. Blase, blase, blah. They think I'm fucking around, but it's like, hey, I also have the ability to slow down time, right? Uh, and the reason is because I'm able to get people to connect with intimate moments in their past, right? For me, I do that through music, and that's why you see the show transition the way it is now. But I'm able to get people to slow down for a period of time and think about a single idea by posing the question, playing 120 seconds of music, giving them time to digest and think, and then asking the question again, right? So I'm having these conversations with complete strangers, all walks of life, and I got people fucking in tears because they're able to stop and then just think before they give a response.
We need to put off on this rat race and reflect.
Exactly. And so, you know, this is what we're going to do right now, or the next thing, right? Because it has this topic. And so for me, the question I'm gonna ask you and for the audience is, do you realize, right now, your life is technically better than it's ever been? You have more rights than you ever will. You more than likely make more than you did, and you'll probably make more in the future. But right now, things are pretty fucking good, and you haven't accepted that yet because you haven't stopped. You haven't slowed down. You haven't had the ability to take a break. No one's told you that things are pretty good right now for you, you know? And it's like, I was always saying, I had to get to this next thing. I had to get to this point. I had to make it to April. I had to make it to June. I had to make it to 3-year point. But that whole journey was fun, you know? And I got the opportunity once I stopped doing a pod and took some time away from work to just think about things and look at them in a different perspective and talk to other people about the journey. And they're like, yo, that's insane. How do you do that? I don't know. But then when I talk to other people about what they've done, they have the same reaction. Like, I have no idea how I got from point A to point B because I never stopped and thought about it. And I'm thinking about it now, and it sounds crazy. And now going from B to C, I'm going to be mindful.
Yeah, I'm about to say you're consciously taking us to stop and smell the roses and look around. You know what?
That's something I tell my daughter is like, keep your head up when you're walking and slow down and look at everything and use your 5 senses.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and it's the same thing in life, you know, and that's what I've been doing and encouraging people to do. And it's just like instantly the connection you make with somebody by saying, hey, man, things are kind of good. Look at them. They're like, they think you care. You do. Because you're telling them to chill, and then whatever you're selling at that point, they're buying, you know. So whether it's like a personal relationship, romantic, you trying to make a business connection, you gave them something. It's all about that mutual reciprocity. What can you give them? What value can you bring them?
I just said that to somebody. Well, I got it up on my board. Dream big, work hard, get a team, provide value. That's how you win. Provide value. Yeah. Especially if you provide value to somebody else, it's gonna come back to you.
Yeah. So for this next joint, I'm gonna play this classic joint by the Flaming Lips. And so the question is, do you realize that things are beautiful right now and that life is amazing, even with all this wild stuff going on? I just got hit by a freaking big old truck. I got out the car and was like, man, I'm glad I didn't go 20 more feet into that pole. And then I just chilled out. Didn't even get mad because I was just like, yo, listen, I'm just happy it just wasn't worse, you know? And I'm going to play this song, and I want you guys to really, really listen to these words, and then we'll get back into this question.
We're floating in space. Do you realize that happiness makes you cry? Do you realize that everyone you know someday will die? And instead of saying all of your goodbyes, let them know you realize that life goes fast. It's hard to make the good things last. You realize the sun doesn't go down. It's just an illusion caused by the world spinning round. Do you that everyone you know someday will die? And instead of saying all of your goodbyes, let them know you realize that life goes fast. It's hard to make the good things last. You realize the sun doesn't go down. It's just an illusion caused by the world spinning round. Do you realize that you have the most beautiful face? Do you realize?
And so yeah, man, that's the question, bro. Like I want to say what last week I called you, all right, out the blue, and I'm like, yo, man, I just want to tell you guys, I love you, and so I'm like, yo, the submarine thing was crazy, and I'm thinking about that, like, if shit just ended, like, and you got things unsaid, or folks that you care about don't know, like, exactly why you care about them, or something, like, I wouldn't want that to be, left unsaid. So I'm going around, I'm calling my friends and family, things like that, and people are thinking I'm fucking nuts or something like that. Probably thinking I'm smoking a little too much, that greenery. And then the same day that I'm doing that, I get smacked by a freaking truck, and that's how quick it can be, And so the question that I have is, everyone around you is going to be gone. Everyone that you know is going to be gone. You can't change a negative memory, but you can do something to make a positive impact going forward, right? So is there something out there that you want to fix or that you want to make right? And so I say that, and I'll share a quick story and talk about something, right? So I'm gonna have to get a little personal with this. So shout out to my man Julio, man. Julio Morgan, friend of the show, contributor to the show. My guy. Julio Morgan is rich. All right, don't let him fool you. This motherfucker is rich. He threw a birthday party for his mother, mentor, our former employer, his current employer, like a very, very wonderful woman, Marty Gillis, right? Threw a big, big 70th birthday party. This shit looked incredible. He's got a video out for it right now. Yeah. This is crazy. It just looked like some out of Entourage. This is what I would tell my man. Bone went to the party with me. Bone and Aileen went as well. This is why I wish they were on the pod. This was like some out of Entourage. Like imagine being Dom, right? The one that was like the little prison dude, and you're Dom, and you're going to Vinny Chase's house, right? That's what it was like. Cause I've been to Hoot's house a bunch of times, right? You got a big house, you got a big house, right? But it's always under construction. Or it's like it's just like y'all chilling with the kids, right? So it's not like it's not on display, right? And so I'm pulling up to my man's house. I had to loop back around twice because when I pulled up, they had the whole street shut down with valet parking. I'm like, first off, y'all not getting my car. I got stuff in here, dog. Let me find a parking spot. Yeah, I'll park myself. You know what I'm saying? My valet should be, my car be in Tom's River, man. Like I ain't slick, you know. And so it was a big, big event. A lot of people out there, a couple hundred, I want to say. Big, huge tent, like Ringling Brothers size tent out there. Biggest house on the block, apparently. And this is like, you know, like where Bill Parcells and them live, you know, it just felt really good walking up. You know, it felt really good walking up because it's like, yo, I was just at Derek's house 2 weeks prior to with my daughter, and I'm telling Derek, like, yo, you could fit the entire apartment building where you grew up, that entire project on Washington Ave, you could fit in your backyard right now, right? And I'm like, have you ever thought about that? And he's like, no, not till you just said it. And I'm like, yo, you should think about it. Like, you could fit everybody's shit in your backyard right now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, 10 years ago, that wasn't even a fucking thought in your head, bro. And I'm like, look how far you've come right now. And I'm like, and you got your lady with you, got your partner with you, right? And y'all did it together. And I'm like, for her, same situation, right? Where she was, y'all did it with each other. But I'm like, look what you did together. But I'm like, you, especially as a man, you gotta fucking take a step back. Smell the roses, smell the coffee, whatever the fuck you want to smell the sandalwood, right? You got to take a step back and like admire your motherfucking handiwork, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, you can fit the whole projects in your shit right now, dog. I'm like, you look at your house where we grew up on Madison Avenue. That's your property right there. Yeah. That whole shit is yours. Yeah. That whole apartment building is your house. Your land is like that whole shit.
With the tree in the back and shit.
like think about the size that you have now, and where we grew up on Madison Avenue.
That whole from the side all the way around the back, the little brick spot.
How many families you got in your shit, right? Yeah. And y'all don't even think about that, bro. And it's like you could be having the worst day ever, right? And if you just thought about something as simple as that, that should have cheer you up. Cause you like, yeah, I just had a shitty ass day at work, but yo, Elizabeth Street is in my backyard right now, nigga. You know what I'm saying? and I'm walking up and I'm looking at Julio's shit, and I'm like, yo, this is like the Lincoln Village, right? In his fucking backyard. This motherfucker could fit the Lincoln Village in his backyard, right? And I'm like, yo, you got to tell this motherfucker this shit, bro. Like, you can't walk up to this shit and not tell your boy that you are impressed, that this shit is mind-blowing. You know what I'm saying? So as soon as I get up to the party, dog, I see his wife, Larissa, and I'm like, happy to see her. And I'm like, yo, how does it feel? Like, how does it feel for everybody to come out to your shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, in the whole neighborhood looking at your shit, and this is your shit that y'all built, and it's all family. You got your daughters here and y'all can see it. How does it feel? And she was just like, yo. And I was like, yeah, that shit good, dog. Because I know for me, just as an onlooker, only seeing the little bit that I saw what it took, it's like to me, it took a whole fucking lot, right? And it's like as a friend, it feels good to see that. And it's like, I know. Like it's like how Israel Adesanya said, like it to feel like that one feeling like in you, like that is how that shit has to feel. And so I'm walking into my guy's party feeling like my guy just won the fucking world championship or some shit. Cause it's like, this is like our old boss, right? And you're throwing her a 70th birthday party. Yes.
That's dope.
Yes. You got her friends coming out to see what her fucking adopted son is doing for her, right? A kid she mentored, you know what I'm saying, from like age 16, fucking raised, groomed, like on some fucking secession shit, right? Keys to the fucking castle, bro. And he's putting on this amazing fucking party for you, coordinating all this shit for you and your friends and family, making this shit great. And you're like, yo, I did this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, yeah, you throw me this big ass party, but like, yo, as the person this shit is for, you gotta admire that, yo. I impacted somebody's life that they would get so fucking successful and do some shit like this and then share it. And then the people that fucking slave for me like me enough to want to come back 6, 10, 12 hours to come back and give me a fucking hug and say what's up to me, right? Like you have to feel good about it. Like that has to feel like winning a fucking Super Bowl, right? And it's like people have to be able to experience that kind of shit. And you know, that's why I was telling Derek, I was like, yo, when Hoot invited me, I was like, there's no fucking way I'm not gonna go unless my car was fucked up or some shit like that, right? Or you know, like or a COVID or some shit, right? But it's like if it's like a wedding or something like I'm gonna always try to go unless a tragedy happens, right? And so I go to this shit and I'm just like, yo, I'm seeing everybody, and I'm like, yo, I know I'm gonna run into somebody, and I have the opportunity to make something right. So a long, long time ago in a land far away called Asbury Park, New Jersey, we all worked together at motherfucking McDonald's, right? And streams crossed at some point, right? With me and a homeboy, who was my guy from Neptune. Not gonna say any names, my guy, but I respected him, I admired him. Somehow I end up dating his ex, right? I didn't know they weren't done. You know how like with guys, you ain't done. You ain't done until I see you with a guy. But then the guy that you happen to see your lady with is like your man's, right? I didn't go into it like that. We was just chilling. We was just friends. Motherfucker cooked some spaghetti. You know how that go, bro. I was Salt Bay. And shout out to Mike B because he was hating that day too. Shout out to my mom because she did not like that young lady putting her feet on her sofa. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Mike B was there. I think Hoot was there too. Shout out to Gus. He was there. Everybody was at the house. Benny Man was there too. I cooked for a bunch of people, dog. And ladies was there. And I did that with the intent of, you know, bagging something up. But it worked. And so oh man, and we hit it off, we clicked, we had a nice little thing, but then you know, things go the way they go. Things ended kind of sour, but then me and Tori, so me and my man, I picked that out. So me and my man kind of had some shit that we never addressed, right? And we kind of had like a little thing we never addressed, and I always wanted to, you know, kind of just like bury that, right? And my man happened to be there at the thing. And so I talked to my man Bone. I was like, yo, what if I run into my man there? And he was like, no. Thinking I'm gonna be like an idiot, like I used to be, right? Like I'm gonna be like 18 or 21-year-old me, right? But I'm like, no. I come hat in hand, dog. You know what I'm saying? I come contrite, you know what I'm saying? Apologetic, you know, because him and old girl together now. I'm a potential home wrecker. You know, so I come with nothing but love, you know, and contrition. Yeah. And it's like, yo, listen, I ain't seen you in X amount of years. I got nothing but love for you, whatever happened, happened. Y'all are where y'all at, and it's beautiful. And we talked for like 30 minutes, dog. And I felt really good. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this nigga is still in shape. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, when somebody hug you, I'm like, yo, we gotta bury the hatchet. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to that motherfucker being in shape. That nigga hugged me a little too tight. He showed me a little too much love. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God. It was a damn skit. The dude, the skit where the dude tried to run up on his childhood bully in the barbershop. And then the bully was still in shape and he got up and he was like, man, I didn't know you was that strong. I don't want no problem. He walked out. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, shout out to my man, bro. But it was good. It was good going there and seeing people. But because for the longest, I'm always like, yo, if I get the opportunity to see people and tell them, yo, I fuck with you, I care about you, like give you your flowers in that moment, I'm giving to you, right? So I see my man's wife and I'm like, yo, this shit is amazing. This is crazy. This is like the greatest shit ever. It's like a movie. I told him, like, yo, this is like some Great Gatsby shit. This is like this is like your man won the lottery or some shit. This is like the greatest shit ever, right? I see my man. I wait in line to go talk to my boy, right? I wait in line to go talk to my boy. Yo,
that's how big he is.
Yo, I'm being respectful. He's a host. It's like, this is my man, but he got a job to do. It ain't about me. This is his mom's birthday party. So I wait in line to talk to my boy, and I immediately tell him, yo, this is the craziest shit I've been to in my life. I only been here 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, there's no party that I will ever go to that'll be more impressive than this because you did this. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, he told me he was going to do it. He said, yo, I'm going to do this for Marty. And I'm like, that's dope. It's probably going to be really nice. I didn't think it was going to be that nice. I mean, I knew it was going to be, I didn't think it would be that big. Like, I knew it was going to be nice. He always does like really nice, elegant stuff. So I thought it was going to be something like really elegant. Like, oh, I'm like, he'll rent out a restaurant. I'm like, he'll rent a restaurant out and people will go to the restaurant and like some nice shit, right?
Yeah.
Not, yo, I'm going to just make you motherfuckers come to my house and pay homage. And I respect that. I respect that. I told him that too. I was like, hey, man, listen, make everybody come to this shit. Look at my big ass house on this big ass block. And you motherfuckers will never come here again. You know what I'm saying?
Subtle flex. That's a subtle flex.
Nah, but it was like, it was literally like entourage, bro. It was like, yo, my man made it. And I remember the shit he had to go through. I remember the naysayers, the hecklers, the critics, the detractors, the haters. And I'm just like, yeah, he's probably gonna make it, you know, most likely C type motherfucker. Yeah, and I'm like, it'll be okay, he'll do his thing. And then you see him do his thing, and you're like, huh, he did pretty well for himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess we were right. I guess the popular vote was correct. And I'm like, yo, it was just so crazy. And I felt proud to know him. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, I sent him a voice message afterwards, dog. And I told him, I was like, yo, I had to tell you afterwards, like, yo, that was like the greatest shit ever. And I'm really, really fucking proud. You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was just crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you got to tell your people, like, you fuck with them. You know, like, the same way I called you, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I don't care if I'm on speakerphone, whatever, dog. It is what it is. But I'm like, yo, listen, you got to just tell people you fuck with them when you fuck with them. You know what I'm saying? Because you never know when that shit can disappear, dog. You like, yo, I'm going to do some Father's Day shit with my dad and go on a fucking submarine. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go to soccer. I'm gonna go to basketball practice with my dad on the helicopter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go get a pizza and a haircut. You know what I'm saying? Think I'm driving home on some normal shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and so and that shit could just happen at any moment, man. Because I know I have homies out there. I have friends that I love that I can never tell because I lost contact with them, and there is no way to get in contact. Like I gotta hire a private detective. That or they're just dead. I got friends out there that I got text messages from that I didn't respond to. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that. Just shit like that, man, from like Facebook Messenger and shit. You know, you scroll back to like 2015.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh shit, that motherfucker died in 2019. and I never responded. You know what I'm saying? And so I try to move through life more mindful, and that kind of started my man Justin Peniston, man. But and so it's like, yo, I played a song and it's like, listen, I played that for mommy and Bruce, and asked them that same question, right? But the question is, if there was something that you could squash or could atone for, or something you could make right, what would it be? You ain't gotta say a name, but just what would it be?
I'd be a better brother. And I'm talking about my brother on my pop side. And it didn't hit me until when I went down to Georgia for Uncle Jackie's funeral. Because talking with my Aunt Dorothy, she's 70-something and whatnot, but minus her 2 sons, she don't got a lot of family down there. So there's me, her brother's son. She loved me like no other. I'm her brother's son. And then we got my other brother, and she was like, how's your other brother doing? I'm like, I can see little glimpses of Facebook posts, but I haven't talked to him like I should, being busy, this, that, and the other. And then he not on social media, so I definitely can't get at him with the ease. So like I have to make the conscious effort to call or, yo, how you doing? But Dorothy, 70-something, been with her husband 56 years, and then I'm her brother's son, and she want to know how her brother's other son is, and I can't. I don't know. I'm Dorothy. I got to reach out to him.
That's your job too, man.
Yeah, I know. Being the oldest, so that puts a lot of stuff in perspective. So I'm definitely making that right now, because now she's down there. She got her 2 sons, but like when she looks for her family, she got her sons, then she's got her brother's son, and then her brother's other son, who she don't know too much about because I didn't keep the connection. So I would have definitely did that better, and I'm making that right in regards to that. And then as far as whatchamacallit, kind of like you being in awe of your man and whatnot, like in a good thing. I guess I got my feel good the other day. One of my youngsters that I was working with in Korea, we went through the fire, not in Korea, in Italy. We went through the fire over there, forged and tested in the fire. And then out of the blue the other day, he calls me up and he's like, yo, how's it going? What are you doing? I'm driving to Denver. I'm going into the job. I just got 130. And I used your evals to write the resume, And he said, yo, going through all the stuff that we've been through over there, I'm talking to these bigwig cyber guys and these bigwigs, this, that, and the other, and they don't know shit. I'm a guy to them. We on the cusp. So he said, when you get ready to do, call me up and we'll get it popping. But that was like, damn, like, how people appreciate you, or you never know what impact you make on somebody's life, and then you go your separate ways. I ain't talked to my man in like 6 years, and then like I said, I'm leaving Texas, I'm on my way to Denver, and I just did this. Thank you. We killed it. We didn't even know it, but we killed it. So that was good. And then I guess along those same lines, I like to, like you said, call people and let them, you was calling people and saying, hey, this, that, and the other. Well, I know people that have impacted my life, or peers that I looked at and like, damn, this motherfucker's motivated me, right? That's a funny story. Because I'm in like 12 different group chats, motherfuckers is everywhere. I read the group chat wrong. We was congratulating one of our other guys on something, so I read the message wrong. I'm thinking my man is back here. This motherfucker is still in Korea. I'm thinking he's here. So I'm calling all the bros and whatnot, and I'm trying to arrange at lunch. Hey, we want, my man P is here. Let's go have lunch with him. Let's go check and see how we doing, because everybody's from the time that we met, I'm retiring. He's jumped a whole nother branch now. He's this, that, and the other. Everybody's progressed, right? I'm trying to get the bros together. And then I'm hitting him up and he's like, yeah, whenever y'all, he said, I'm on Korean time, but whenever y'all get there, I'll dial in. And I had to read that shit twice because I'm literally arranging a luncheon at a restaurant thinking that this dude is going to come show up at noon. And he's like, no, I'll dial in. I said, P, you still here or you in Korea? He's like, man, I'm in Korea. I'm like, oh, man. And then I went back and read the messages. I got the bros lined up. We all ready to meet at lunch with him tomorrow because we just want to celebrate and see how we doing and whatnot. But he was like, well, I appreciate it. I would have called in. But, yeah. So I feel you in everything that you said when it comes to that, celebrating your people or how much impact did you do into somebody's life and what shit would you fix if you could? That's one of the things I would fix.
Yeah, because I know, for me, it's like I don't know, man. Like movies, like media affects me differently than people. I remember one time telling my boy Tanaka Harris, I was like, yo, a lot of my core memories are connected to like media, like whether it's music, movies, TV. It's like it's always some kind of fucking song or some kind of scene from a movie. And he said, yeah, that's called autism. And I said, what?
Not laughing, buddy.
No, he was dead ass serious, bro. But I respect that though, man, because sometimes you need friends to say some shit like that, man.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
So, and so I'm just like, all right, whatever, dog. But no, so talking to my therapist, right? I'm telling her this shit. And she's like, oh, that's kind of like the people that like see sounds and stuff like that. But she was like, it's just all in how like you're raised or sensitive, or how like how your brain works to tie memories together. It's no different than somebody that would tie memories to smells or sounds or tastes or things like that. Same thing, right? My shit just happens to be media. Oh my God. And so it's like for me, what the fuck? Yeah, like I completely lost this fucking thought. But yeah, no. So I'm telling my boy fucking Harris, all these fucking memories are tied to fucking, music and shit like that. But it's like, that's what you got to be able to access, right? And so it's like, if you can sit there and realize these key moments when they're happening, you can find something to tie him to. And so the reason why I'm saying that, like, I'm telling my boy, like, I'm fucking, all my core memories are tied to music and movies. I just chose to do that. That's what was around me, right? It'd be no different than somebody that they were a farmer and like they were tied, like their memories were tied into like livestock and fucking plants and in the farm and smells and sound and the fucking sun, shit like that. And it's just like, and we tie our memories into these different, pieces of fabric in our lives, but we don't ever sit there to admire that tapestry, right? And so for me, it's like when people connect with certain things, whether it's art, music, or something creative, is because their memories are normally tied into that, or something that somebody's like very passionate about. Like I'm super into sports. It's like because normally like their memories with their parents were tied into that, things of that nature. And it's like, well, fuck, if we can find a way to, just tap into that and just constantly give ourselves a reminder, bro, we can slow things down. We can slow down time.
I think that might be something, or I wish you could learn it younger, but maybe it's something that you start to realize or you get schooled on.
You can learn it younger. It's just mindfulness, man. If you teach kids about like yoga and shit like that at a young age, they're much more appreciative in the moment, and I think children have it figured out, and we teach them the wrong way. And this is what I mean, right? Like we teach kids to not be impulsive, to control their emotions and their feelings. We teach them about object impermanence, and things are going to come back, and the sun's always going to come up, and tomorrow's going to be another day, and this kid's going to be at the playground and things like that. but we know that's a fucking lie, dog. How many times have you had a classmate for 6 months to a year and they were your best friend and you never saw them again, right? All type of shit. Or you had like your squad mate that was your boy, you never seen him again. We all talked about it, right? Kids fucking know that at a very young age, and that's why they're at the playground. My daughter, she doesn't want to leave the playground. She's been playing with this girl for a whole hour. They got the Mario dolls out there doing a whole fucking like a whole scene, a whole show on the fucking on a little climbing set, the little fucking little jungle gym type cargo nets and shit, right? Doing the whole thing, and like the girl's dad has to leave, but she's a little older, so she understands like, yo, we can just do a play date or come back later. My daughter ain't having that shit. She's like, no, I ain't leaving, right? The little girl walks my daughter over to me and says, hey, go with your dad, because she's older. She's like, yo, it's okay. My daughter's like, no, I ain't never going to see you. My daughter knows this shit. She knows she's going to meet all these people and never see them again until she's in school or until whenever, right? And but we're teaching her, oh no, it's okay. You can come back to the playground. And dog, she's still saying the names of some kids that she met one fucking time at the playground, like, oh, when is such going to be here again? I don't fucking know. And we've gone through life like that. Like we've met somebody and it's like, yo, where's such and such? I don't fucking know. But they were great. But I just lost. Yeah, whatever. And but even then, it's like, yo, if we just said, yo, I know this shit ain't gonna be forever. I know this shit could end tomorrow. And so I'm going to be grateful in the moments that I have with you, for the moments that I have with you, and just try to enjoy things for what it is. You really can't have a negative experience in life, period. You really can't have a negative relationship or a negative business relationship or a negative family relationship if you just say, yo, listen, whatever happened. We could work through that shit if it can be worked through. If not, then fuck it. We cut it off, right? But we got to appreciate the time that we got with each other right now, man. We can't even plan for 10 years from now. You know what I'm saying? We got right now. You know what I'm saying? When can we fucking call each other right now? When can we fucking link up, have a barbecue right now? When can we do some shit right now? When can I tell you, I appreciate you right now? That's like the type of shit I'm moving on, because shit is happening, bro. You know what I'm saying? Nigga said my Beamer. I'm just getting a pizza. They try to take me out, man. But that's the thing, man. And so yeah, I just try to encourage folks to move with mindfulness, man. Just like with every relationship, man. Like I get mad at my daughter sometimes, and then I'll call her, right? Like if she's gone, like if we have a bad day and she ends up leaving, because she goes back with her mom that day, like if it's like a changeover day, I'll call her and say, yo, hey, I just want you to know daddy's not upset with you. Just you made some bad choices, and we had a bad afternoon, and daddy still loves you and things like that. Because I don't want that to be the last thing, is like daddy yelled at me for peeing my diaper and now I got a fucking diaper fetish or some weirdo shit, right? Because that's the kind of shit that happens, bro. Like you fuck around and don't answer a phone and somebody dies and now you're fucking like a fucking phone stalker or some shit. Like that type of shit happens. And so it's like you could be traumatized from inaction sometimes, or from not saying shit. You carry that shit in other relationships. You carry that fear, that apprehension, things like that. So hey man, I'm just trying to move in mindfulness, that kind of shit, man, and just
I think
encourage
that's why
other folks to do so.
To be honest with you, I think I told the story before. My guy in Korea that called and just wanted to come down, and I was kind of being selfish, like, nah, I ain't really doing shit. Wasn't doing shit, but he always let me come up, but I kind of hit him with the nah, I ain't really doing shit. And then I don't hear from him no more. He did. Some shit happened. And now that shit is embedded in me to check on my friends, check on them. See how you doing? You want to come through, fuck it. Because shit like that. So I learned a tough lesson on that one. Yeah, I feel you though.
Yeah, and it's like that's like a tough responsibility to have, and also a tough burden to carry or regret the whole, because it's like, yo, you feel you feel shackled by that. It's like, yo, I should have did more. I should have did more. I know myself. I tell you right now, man, I had a couple fucking cases I had to investigate a couple years ago, man, where people end up, taking their lives, unaliving themselves, things like that. And it's like I've spoken out about it, things like that, and you still carry that shit. It's just like, yo, I could have did more. I could have did more. But it's like, yo, what at the end of the day, what can you do? You can only do what you did. You can only do what you did. You know what I'm saying? That's it. You can't change it. So accept it, learn from it, and then apply that to the next situation.
Do better. That's all I can do now. Do better.
But be mindful. You have to be mindful, because it's like, yo, if I don't act, if I don't do something, if I don't tell this person, if I don't be open and honest about this, right? Like, if you're dating, if you're a guy that doesn't want kids, don't mess around and waste somebody's time and let a woman think that you want kids when you don't, because you wasting her time, bro. She could have been with somebody else, man. Be upfront about that shit.
I'm watching fucking Temptation Island. This fucking dude, he one dude, that was his thing. He's like, I want a family. And every time I talk to so-and-so about a family, I'm not getting the same response. And then she was like, when she went and did her little confession, she's like, yeah, I don't want kids for like 3 or 4 years. But then he's on there, of course, now he's meeting this girl, and first thing she comes on there, I want a family. I want 3 or 4 kids. And he's like, holy fuck, Temptation Island. Crazy.
Yeah, because that's why you want to waste somebody's time, because there's somebody out there for you, boy. Yep. I'm gonna tell you right now, man. As soon as somebody told me they didn't want my services anymore, my shit was blowing up. You know what I'm saying? I had to hit Sadira up like, hey, listen, they on your boy. Yo, so that's all I'm gonna say about that, man. But I'm not gonna hold you guys too much, because we've gone beyond our time. But what I will say is we've been going for a minute, and we are back. We're back for a limited time. I'll just say that we're back. And so on the way out, is there anything you want to say to the people?
I guess I'll go with what I'm trying to do now. Be ready to pivot. Be ready to transition. Be ready to reinvent yourself. I'm watching whatchamacallit, Cam and Mace, and then I think I seen something that Cam said when it came to some beef, but he was like, "Yo,
he's retired."
Yeah, he's a sportscaster. I don't care if you put my name in. I don't even rap no more. But
yeah, because Pusha T and Jim Jones are beefing.
Yeah.
So
and then
funny.
I'm watching the people that's coming on the show. It's funny, and they coming on, and I'm like, this was Killer Cam, and now he's a sportscaster. Reinvent yourself.
I mean, you got to understand the impact that guy had on people's lives. People just want to come up to hang out with him. They don't care that he's terrible at talking about sports, and they say pause and no homo 15,000 times. And it's unprofessional. No, I get to go up there and hang out with Killer Cam, the coolest, because Cam is still Cam.
Yeah,
Cam is always going to be the coolest guy. Cam could be 57 years old. He's still going to be the coolest guy in the room, and he's still going to be diplomatic community. I had beef with Jay-Z, and I was on his label and still went platinum. Like that's Cam. Listen, Carriage, what means the world to you? Hot tub in the freaking pool, Cam, bro. Pink mink, Cam.
I ordered a mixtape online in Bosnia because it has sports, drugs, and entertainment on it.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. So Cam is always going to be Cam. So it's like, yo, everybody is going to go up there just to hang up, just to see Cam, right? And then it's like, it's Mace too, right? And it's like, well, I wasn't expecting this, but that's nice, it's Mace. Like, I mean, because I would, if it was just Mace alone, there's no way I'm looking at it. There's no way I'm getting involved with it. There's no way I'm touching it because of Mace's past. But if it's Cam involved, it's like, oh, if Cam fuck with you, I'll fuck with you.
I guess I can fuck with you.
If Cam fuck with you, I'll fuck with you. You know what I'm saying?
But
if
bottom
he forgive
line,
you,
don't be
I'll forgive
afraid
you.
to reinvent yourself, because always be looking for the next chapter. Enjoy where you at. stop and smell the roses, but understand you come to a plateau and be ready to reinvent yourself for the next chapter. I say that.
Yeah, man. And what I'll leave you guys with is just realize, man, that this is a great time to be alive, and this stuff is all right. Like, I've had the wildest stuff happen over the past since the pod's been off. Wild stuff has happened. It's all been life changing, and it's all been great. Except for my car getting hit, that sucked. But it'll be okay. I've been walking a lot more since the car got hit, so you know it is what it is. I got my steps in. I've walked at least 4 miles every day since last Friday. I've walked at least 4 miles every day. Yeah, man. So salute to me, and I'm doing that shit in Wallabies too. Wallabies and Sperry's, bro. I'm not even wearing air. I don't have sneakers.
Okay.
You know how many times like the front part of my feet just like think it's gonna like contour to like a curved sole, and so they bend a little bit, and they don't because the flat sole of my toes end up hurting. Yo, that shit. Oh my god, trying to like make a jump cut.
Work that big toe.
Yo. And then because my fucking second toe was bigger than the big toe, so that shit hurt. Yeah, my second toe got hang time, bro. But yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, look, don't take this shit too seriously, man. Like, I know things are crazy, man, but life is good, man. And what I'm gonna leave y'all with is a little Bill Withers, man. And we're gonna get out of here.
When I wake up in the morning, love, and the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning, love, bears heavy on my mind. Then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way, then I look at you, and the world's alright with me. Just one
Macaroni with the chicken strips.